now? Why is it not doing it? There we go. Now we're live on YouTube. Now we're live on YouTube. Hell yes. Wow, it's magic. Like a transition, but like really, really slow and terrible. Anyway, let's get ourselves into... how much of a break do we have? I think we've got about half an hour. As I would say in my adopted homeland, the Netherlands, half uurtje. Let's get into the great 27-0. This is the new obsession of the rugby league world, and certainly the new obsession of my life. I have not yet gone 27-0, but that changes today. That absolutely changes today. We're renaming ourselves to the Rotterdam Pitbulls. Real team, by the way. Real rugby league team. They do exist. We're going 27-0, and we're doing it literally right now. Literally on this one. Considering we had one half on the field for 60 minutes, I think we played really well. You did. Like, it's a performance as a whole that you can be proud of, but there were a couple of really poor defensive lapses that cost you towards the end there. Eels 2000, that's always a Nathan Hindmarsh. I will say this about this game, like, where is Nathan Hindmarsh? Am I blind? There he is. Yeah, I will say this about this game. Often you do just end up picking the same players. Like, Sharks pretty much will always be Paul Gallen. Eels back in the day is Hindmarsh. Eels modern day is Luke Keary. But it's sort of, you get towards the... Did I say Luke Keary? Luke Keary came on the screen. Eels modern day is Jared Hayne. But yeah, you end up just picking the same dudes. All I can say about that is... Sorry, that game is, gee, we missed Dewey offensively and defensively. Yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal. Titans 2021. That will probably be Tino, I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Tino, I think, should be higher rated. I'm surprised he's only 86. In my opinion, he's a better player than that. Bronx 2021. Give it a Payne Haas. Without... Oh, no, he's only a... I don't think I could pick him. I think he's only a prop. Damn it! No! I could have picked Tino at lock. I could have picked Gallen at lock. That's so sad. Haas is absolutely the play there. Oh, no. Okay, we'll go probably Herbie in the centers, I'm thinking. Damn. Money God, look, with all due respect, I'm now saying this for the third time to you. I'm glad you've made the game, but I'm going to do it off stream. I need to see it off stream before I do it on stream. You have asked several times. I keep giving you the same answer. Please stop asking. I'm glad you made it, and I will do it at some point if it is all good, but I need to give it the all clear. Anyway, I've completed this once, but the team I did this with wasn't even the best I've made. Yeah, you need a little bit of luck in there, for sure. You need a little bit of luck in there. I don't think getting the best team is necessarily a guarantee that you will go 27-0. All right, this is going to be Beaver in the back row. So we've covered up that whole string there in the forwards. Cowboys 2022. Tamalolo lock. Tamalolo lock. That's all right. That's all right. We missed out on the Haas, but we got Tamalolo. That makes you feel better, because if I'd picked Tino or Gallen at lock, we would have then been able to get Haas, but miss out on Tamalolo then. Panthers 2025. There's your halfback, folks. There's your halfback. Is Jay Arrow still 99? He was as of yesterday. Bronx 2019. Okay. Ugh. Darbs on the wing. Absolutely. That was a late one there. I was like, I don't know who the hell I'm going to pick. Getting Cronulla is just bad when you've already got Paul Gallen. It's just not good. They don't rate the dudes high rated enough. Maloney 5'8" is probably the play here, though. He's all right. He's 87. I think he should be better, but anyway. Cowboys 2026. Oh no. We have a re-roll. We've only got 3 plays left. I'm gonna use it. Roosters 1999. Midicello wing. No, he hadn't debuted yet. Yeah. It's gonna be Matty Singh on the wing. Matty Singh on the sting. Sharks 2012. No. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not happy about any of these. Bryson, sure. Maybe should have gone the tally. I don't think it'd be much better. I mean, do we get Bowen fullback? Okay. It kind of came a little bit unstuck towards the end. It tends to. Bowen fullback was good. Unfortunately, that's not 27-0. We've already lost. Oh, I'll see it through to the end. 17-7. Damn. 18-8. Prelim final. Again. What's this game called? 27-0. It's the Cast Patrol version. You can see the link up there at the top of the screen there. Ivan was not like the best of players. He's obviously a very good coach, but not the best of players. Broncos, give me Darren. Sharks 2013, Paul Gallen. Bang. Prop forward. Well, thank you, Red Fury Rider, for subscribing. Much appreciated. This was obviously pre-Thurston. I don't like really any of these picks. And then there's probably some good players in here that I don't know that they were that good. Scott Priest isn't good enough. I'm going to use a super early reroll here. Raiders 2023. Okay, Papa Leaguie. He can do a job. Gallon Lock should be the play. I think that I always tend to get Brad Fittler in these, so I tend to like letting Lock free until the end, just in case I get Brad Fittler. Or Sam Burgess. Just got Thurston, Smith, Burgess, and Benji. I'll update you on how it goes. That's pretty good. Oh, there we go. Went 26-1. Got revenge on the Panthers by beating them in the grand final, though. That's good work to get revenge on the Panthers, but that must be devastating. I was going to say Tedesco fullback, but damn. We can go Benji 5'8", though. I don't know if Tedesco was playing then, actually. It would have been 2012. No, definitely not. Panthers 2025. There we go. Nathan Cleary. Hell yes. That's a good halves pairing and a good spine that's being put together, generally speaking. Rabbitohs 2014. Oh, so I'll take Inglis in the centers, but definitely a temptation to go with Sammy Burgess. This is great so far. Knights 2015. This is not so great. Unfortunately, I spoke too soon. I don't know how high rated Tarpany is. Is it worth taking Tarpany in the front row, or do I just go Dane Gagai in the centers? No Tino for the Titans. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. I'm gonna go Tarpany. I have no idea how good he is. I'm just gonna call it 86. Okay, you know what? That's as good as Gagai is anyway. Tigers 05. This was a premiership winning side. Thinking Brett Hodgson on the wing. I know Farah's good, but I like holding out for a better one. Hodgson's a solid winger. John O'Wright, you coward, be the man you want to be. John O'Wright. Mario, we've done this before, and I said next time I see John O'Wright, I'd pick him, and I did. There we go. That's why I left Hooker free. Where is he? What a spine, by the way. Holy, give me Freddie at lock. Oh, I saw Sydney Roosters. SPW center. Guys, this could be the one. This could be the one, you know. Taumalolo. This could be the one. Sure. Bro, this looks so good. Okay. 2 rolls that could make or break this thing. We have used our reroll. We used it early on. We need a back rower and we need a winger. Give me Manly. Give me Steve Menzies or something. Canberra, 2022. Not what you want, really. No, Hutto Young will do it. Hutto Young will do a job. Give me a winger. Come on. Wazo 3. Vatave? No. Oh, no. Oh. I don't even know those ones. I know John Carlo and I know Francis Melly. I think I've been in this situation before. And from memory, I picked Francis Melly and he wasn't very good. If just a solid winger there, their job would have been done. Do I go Carlo or do I go Melly? I'm going to go Melly. 83. That's probably the right call. Whew. Come on. Please, 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 please. Oh, no. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? 2 messages immediately with Carlaw and Melly. Well, anyway, I went with Melly. 25 and 2. We won the comp. I don't care. That was so good. That was so good as well. What does one have to do, honestly? Okay, you know what? We're resetting after that. We're resetting. We're going to do pack mode. I'm going to do pack mode. I've never done this before. Let's see how this works. Pack 1. Dogs 08. 91. That's Sonny Bill. I'm going to see if I can call them before the name comes up. Well, that was pretty good. Pack 2. Melbourne. 2020. 96. Cam Smith. Bang. A bit of a side being put together at the moment. So, how come you get 7 different packs and not just it gives you all the players in one go? Bowen. Oh, no, of course. Didn't see the year. Just saw rating and position. Damn. Thoughts on Tigers versus Dolphins game? I don't know. Didn't watch it. Leaguie, I have a feeling Liam Martin's going to put in a good performance tonight. Oh, that's another fullback. That's not what you want. Good performance tonight if he wants to be back in the decider, even though I think he should have walked right in, though. I think he'll be oriented and focused on getting a win for the Panthers, but yeah, a good performance can't hurt him. All right, pack number 6. Burgess? Hell yeah. I just saw Rabbitohs 19 and I was like, yeah, that's probably Sam Burgess. He was their only player in 2019. What are the chances Jaden Barrell doesn't start for the Sharks on Sunday? Only if Fitzgibbon's barrel-phobicness comes in. I think it's very high. He does it every single time. We know this. All right. So now we build a team. So why does it give it to you in 7 goes? It seems weird. I'll just pick all the best ones until I can no longer do that. Unfortunately, I can't use Kalen Ponga at all. Anyway. Fafita also can't. Oh, no, I can pick Gallon at lock. We need wingers, 1 center, and a back rower. Well, there's your back rower. Ugh. Have not really got any centers. At all. Bradley Best. Yeah, that's okay. How is this side, like, unironically going nearly as well as the other one that we just put together? Like, it's not that much worse. Okay, well, pack mode's fine, but this is the one. This is the one. Best possible team. Slater, Lockyer, Hayne, Inglis, SBW, Mini, JT, Johns, Haas, Smith, Talmalolo, Arrow, Burgess, Fitler. That sounds right.
Money God 164 yet just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
I was just about to actually take a sip of the Pepsi Max, so that's good stuff. Love it. Knights 2020. Every time I see Knights, I'm like Joey, and then it's never Joey. Mason Lino, you reckon? After this one, I'm going to try and finish last. I think that's gonna... No, you know what? I'm going to pick a meme team after this. Meme team. Gags was not around. Yeah, Gags weren't about at this point, so I'm picking Ponga, even though I don't like using fullback up that early. Chooks 2012, gonna take Mini on the wing, almost certainly. Yeah, that's the play. By the way, I just want to say, my boy Sean Kenny-Dowell is egregiously underrated in this game. Absolutely criminally underrated. Bronx 11, 5/8 Lockyer. Yes. Okay. Good start. Good start. Bronx 2012. Probably Darb's wing. Corey Parker maybe back row, actually. I feel like there's a lot of good back rowers, though. I tend to just pick Darius Boyd on the wing when I can, because he's 88. Like, that's pretty hard to beat. Even Toto's only 89. Bronx 07. Petro front row. Corey Parker, a good option as well. Was, no, Tallis went around that late. Go with, Petro. I don't know if he's higher rated or not than Corey Parker. Some of the ratings for some of the players are really interesting. Look, it's a really difficult thing to do, player ratings for players. I've done it before. I remember I was making a 2023 NRL system in Rugby League Live 4. It was really difficult to get it consistent, but yeah, some of them are a little confusing. I think Ferguson's underrated in this as well. But anyway, that's a different thing. Jenko Center. Cronulla Sutherland Sharks 2014. We've already picked Gal. This might be a redo. Oh no, I saw Josh Morris, but let's go Luke Lewis. I don't feel that this is the one. Tigers 02, can't go Benj. Oh, he wasn't around anyway. This is going to be the redo. Yeah. Oh, Luke O'Donnell was alright, actually. Nah, let's reroll. Titans 09. Eesh. God damn. This ain't good. I just picked it because we've got 2 minute Charles. English center? No, Burgess Lock. I don't think English was around. Oh, he was. Yes. Okay, that has fixed it. Manly 18. Ugh. I'm probably going to go DCE. Yeah. If we can get, like, Tamalolo and Smith. Okay. Well, we got the first one. Give me Cam Smith, bro. Give me Cam Smith. Bedsy? Bedsy's alright. This came really good in the end, which is not what you tend to see. I swear down, my brother. Like, what the actual bollocks does one need to do? I feel that I've made enough teams that could do the job. You know what I mean? Okay, we're doing one more and then we're going to get into previewing this next game. This is the last one. What does one have to do? Okay, well, sorry, this is going to be the meme team here. I'm just going to pick the funniest players possible. And the funniest player possible in this one, it can only be one man, and that man is obviously Chatty Daddy. And at halfback, Mike King, Chad Townsend, 80 rated. Should be hard than that one, I can't. Storm 2014. Let's have a little look, see what we got here. Yeah, actually some, like, really kind of solid dudes here. I don't know if there's any particular meme players. Oh, Proctor, vaping in the sheds. Absolutely. Kevin Proctor, get into the side. Dogs 2000. Give me, I mean, Hassan would be the pick normally. Or Brad Clyde, actually, would be a very solid one. I don't really know the meme players here. Shane Perry. Didn't he just randomly have, like, a really good season once, but he wasn't that good? Yeah, let's go with Shane Perry. Dragons 2017. There's going to be some options here. Nene stands out immediately. Tane Milne. I don't even need to look any further, really. Tane Milne, get into my side. Hell yes, brother. Bonks 2000. We've already used up the halves. Benny Eichen. Bit of NRL 360 about him there. Kind of love that. Yeah, I reckon that's the go there. Benny Eichen. Give me that NRL 360 at fullback. He's higher rated than I thought he would be. Panthers 2021. That's one of, like, the great sides. Charlie Staines on the wing. The Forbes Ferrari. Brett Neat in the quad. There's actually quite a lot of options here. Tavita Pangai Jr. Yeah, we're going to Tavita Pangai Jr. 100%. 100% we are. Tono PR of blocked me for posting about his retirement fame. Really? What did you say about his retirement? I had a spine of Billy Fittler, Johns, and Smith, and I still lost. Jeez. Was the rest of your side not that great? Oh, Kirsten Duke is British. There you go. Panthers 09. So another Penrith one. Joseph Paulo was captain of America at one point. So that stands out to me as a very solid option. Very solid option. I'm going with him. Absolutely going with the former captain of the USA. Manly 11, Georgie Rose. Shut the gate. That's all you need. Georgie Rose, 100%. boxing promoter. This is one of the teams that's ever been put together. Colin Best, I bet, is not. Alan Tongue, always good to have a bit of tongue inside. Adam mogging everyone else. Another Milne, we'd love to see that. Buttress, I think that name speaks for itself there. Nigel Plumb, what a roster, by the way. Oh my days, there's some meme players in here. I'm gonna go with the one that mogs everyone else. Adam Mogg. Let's go. Hell yes. I've gone 0-24 every time I've tried. Well, I'm not really trying that this time. I'm just picking the funniest team you can possibly pick. Timmy Grant. Oh, no, Brett Naden. This is the moment to send Brett Naden in. 100% the moment to send Brett Naden in. The Hod man himself. Storm 2013. Mahe Fanua had a bit about him, you know. Had a bit about him. But I'm going to go with the current para coach, Jason Riles. Of course he was a front row. He's so big. Bronx 01. Let's go with Chris Walker, because I know him personally. Roosters 08. We need the hooker. Who was the Roosters hooker in 2008? I have no idea. It was Heath Lestrange, was it? Or James Orbison. Yes, let's get the worst Orbison. How are we predicted 9th, by the way? How are we winning games? That's outrageous. How the hell are we winning games? Damn. It was a totally sincere post and features NRL and representative stats. I have no clue why this made him block me. That is very funny, though. I love that team actually went decently. Okay, we can fit in one more good team. I'm going to speedrun it. Para 04. Nathan Hindmarsh. Second row. I'm not going to justify any decisions here. Raiders 2010. I kind of don't like that. Was he around? Was Papali'i around? I don't think he was around. Damn. We're going to go with Coker in the centers. Not what you want, though. Manly 08. Steve Menzies. Manly 2025. Give me Trebojevic. Actually, how good? I don't think he's going to be high rated, but I'm curious. Only 83. Anyway, that's probably all right. We need to get into the game anyway. We do need to get into the game anyway. I guess. Well done, Lorenzo. I'm proud of you for going 0-24. I am very proud of you for going 0-24. We'll finish that one off later. All right. We'll get into the sides in just a second. I just need to set up the timer for the next game, and then we'll be underway. This is a game that's always a bit of a danger one, right? Whenever you've got a side playing against Gold Coast, it is Gold Coast at home. It's a losable game, but Penrith are just such consummate professionals that I really don't think that they are going to struggle too much with it. Let's get into the teams. I'll format this properly. This is normally the kind of thing that actual proper streamers will do off screen rather than making it look unprofessional like this on screen. But you see, I'm not a professional. Actually, I am a professional. That's objectively untrue. But I don't act professionally. And when you come here to these streams, I don't think you're expecting professionalism. So anyway, here's the teams, I guess, if anyone cares. No changes in the backs. Penrith are resting their origin guys. So no To'o, no Cleary, no Yo, etc. Clearsas comes to start in the front row, which is important because he owns the Penrith Panthers poverty franchise. This is a fact. Onto the bench, we get Sam Verrills and Adam Christensen coming on. Verrills, who was very much linked with a move away to the Dogs earlier on in this season. Hasn't come about, but starts on the bench today here for the Gold Coast. How many games he actually played this year? I'm kind of curious. Only 8 appearances. Only 8 appearances. Anyway, we'll get ourselves into this one. Jacob Arthur robbed. If Jacob Arthur had been an option, I would have picked him. I went 26-1 after losing my first game of the season. That's tragic. That's so sad. By the way, can I just say, right? So obviously, two of my favorite teams of all time are the 2018 and 2019 Roosters. It is insane how many of those guys have ended up having media roles. Cooper Cronk, Jad Warrior-Hargreaves, Luke Keary, all work for Fox. I see panels and it's like, it's the 3 of them and I'm like, This doesn't cater to any other fan base. This is just like my own dream. Literally. All right. So, I'll put the poll up for this one. I don't think I actually have yet. Sorry, my mind just completely blanked for a second there. I was occupying a different plane of consciousness. We'll see who you guys reckon will win this, but I think that there's going to be a lot of love for Penrith. Obviously. Just typing that one up. Penrith have pretty much secured the minor premiership as far as I'm concerned. I don't think the Warriors are going to have the legs to keep up with them. So wins aren't really the biggest thing. Like, it's the worst thing for a commentator to say going into a game. It's the cardinal sin of any entertainer to tell you that what you're watching probably doesn't matter. But what you're watching probably doesn't matter. I think the only real ramification that it will have, like, if Panthers lose, it doesn't mean anything to them. But on the other end of the ladder, Titans getting an upset victory here would resign the Dragons to the spoon, as far as I'm concerned. So that's what's at stake. Dragons fans are really the only fan base that should care about this. Legman, show us your eyes. They don't look good. They might have improved. I don't know. No, they don't look good. They don't look good. It's, yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong. I keep getting this, like, every second ad I get is this Booper ad. Which does go really, really hard. I'm assuming other people are getting this Booper ad with the dude with the rolling shoes. It's an absolute vibe. Why are both teams' score colors the same? They're not exactly the same. They are slightly different. But both teams have yellow as their tertiary color. So, yeah. The colors that I get, I have picked the hex code literally from the logo. So see the Titans' eyes? See how there's the yellow there? Their yellow is the yellow from their eyes. And the Penrith logo is the yellow from their eyes. So if you don't like the colors, blame the clubs. I think the 2018 Chook side played better, but the Roosters 19, 1-17 might be the most stacked side of all time. I would agree with that. The Roosters 1-17 in 2019 might be the most stacked side of all time. It's insane. Look through the roster. Tedesco, Tupou, Mitchell, Manu, Morris, Keary, Cronk, Warrior Hargraves, Friend, Talkeaho, Cordner, Orbison, I think, started in that grand final over Crichton. Radley. Bro, insane. How good is that side? Did Bro inhale a Hungry Jack's bathroom? It looks like it, which is sort of funny because I've never touched a drug in my life. Not once. Leaguie, who do you think will be the top four? Panthers, Warriors, Roosters, Dolphins. Maybe Dolphins, Roosters. We've been probably a bit more inconsistent, but I believe that we'll get our form back at the back end of the season, and it'll be enough. Frankly, I think that we'll get a win this week. So, alrighty, can this one get underway? I feel I've been stalling for too long. I feel I've been waiting too long. I want to see footy. I want the footy to be on. Forgive me for wanting to watch my own sport here, folks. Just gonna plug in the screen I'm watching on because the battery depletes throughout these long-ass streams. Seabus is such a glorious stadium, by the way. It's a shame it has to belong to such an absolutely god-awful side, but damn, it's hot. It's gorgeous. UEFA update for Eggs FIFA player career mode as a goalkeeper. Celtic, Juve, Milan, and now Copenhagen have fallen to the mighty FCV Farul Costanza. Now Boca Juniors are requesting my transfer. Oh yeah, Titans by 6, by the way. Titans by 6 is crazy. I do love that jersey, though. Oh my god, it's so hot. So, you started at Brisbane, you then went to Romania, and now Argentina want to sign you. I'm doing a player career of my own as a central attacking midfielder called Robin de Ridder for ADO Den Haag in the Eredivisie, Dutch. Having an absolutely banging first season. less than halfway through the year, I reckon midway through, we're going to get transfer interest from, like, big boys. Big boys. I'm smashing it. Smashing it. Ipswich Jets should share C-Bus when they are introduced. Is Ipswich not, like, quite far inland? Would that work? I don't really know my Queensland geography. Oh, they got the Chargers mascot there. That's so cool. Hell yes. Yeah, Ipswich is heaps far away from the Gold Coast. And Seabus Super Stadium is south of the Gold Coast, so definitely not. Love how the Titans name color is pink. Oh, it's purple. It's the purple of the Chargers. But yeah. All right, and here come the Penrith Panthers. I tried pack mode and I pulled JT and Johns in the same pack. Damn! I don't get why it's 7 packs. It just feels like that's an unnecessary slow dragging out of things. Could Fosball Mania run deep into September? Yeah, if they keep winning. That's literally the only thing it hinges on. Or hinges on is probably the word I'm looking for there. Oh, good. Not Mrs. Leaguie. See you later. All right, they're making them wait here, the Panthers. Titans are still very much in the sheds. Not even really looking like they're, queuing up to run out or anything like that. Very much keeping them waiting. So I've just heard Michael Ennis talk about how he's got a feeling about this game. And I see where he's coming from, but I am just that confident that at the back end, we're going to be like, oh, no, Panthers won by 20, and, like, obviously they did. You know what I mean? I think that that's probably what's going to take place today. Especially given that, like, Tino's not playing in that. These glasses get so itchy around my ears, bro. Seabus is a 20-minute drive from the border of New South Wales. Yes, it's pretty far south. So, Tiger, if you did pack mode and you didn't get a single hookup, what happens? I'm curious. Alrighty. Oh, they're going to do a moment of silence for Tino's dad. I'll be quiet through this, obviously. Also been offered Pisa in Serie B, considering going there as a shortcut to a potential Serie A debut. Not sure which one would be better for a Socceroos debut. I reckon just stay in Europe. Romania to Italy also just makes sense as a geographical move. But playing for Boca would be an insane experience in real life. Way better than playing for Pisa. Best believe. Alright, I'm going to mute myself for this moment of silence. Alrighty. Oh, Ferretti played for the Roosters. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Oh, wait, no, I did know that Tino's dad played for the Roosters. That came up when we were trying to sign him. We really should have got him. Why did he recommit to the Gold Coast? It would have been so... Like, can you imagine? I know a lot of people, like, 95% of people would have hated the fact that Tino had signed for the Roosters. But imagine the absolute folklore moving forward in Roosters Rabbitohs like matches of Tino being a Rooster and Payne Haas being a Rabbitoh. Bro, like already they're just like New South Wales, Queensland, like going at each other in that sense. They've played with each other for the Kangaroos. But my God, the law would have been brilliant. There's the kickoff. If you want to sync up with me, we're underway there in Seabus Super Stadium of the Gold Coast. It's been a long time since Rugby League's been played up at this ground. But we're back, and the Titans are looking glorious. It's a pink team versus a team very much in teal and purple. Weird color schemes for professional sporting teams, but hey, I'm here for it. I love it. Love the look. I keep cursing centers in my fantasy draft team. Last 2 weeks, I've gone to Ruva, to Chris, to Herbert, who scored a combined 30 points. Who should I curse next week? Roosters. Who do Roosters play next week? Basically, whoever is likely to line up in the centers for them. Happily. Oh, jeez. Titans have already knocked the ball on. They play Broncos next week. Brother, I need you to pick Katoni Staggs. You have no idea how much I need you to pick Katoni Staggs. Mini Egg in the other room playing Pokemon Legends during the minute of silence. Dad, I found a shiny Pokemon. Catch it for me. I need to teach him not to shout in those moments, I think. I think you maybe do. Although, I reckon Ferretti would have been the kind of guy to kind of find that funny. So, we'll go with that. Damn. All right, here we go. Played there by Dylan Edwards. Now on to find Martin. Ball playing there to find Liam Henry. Bears bound Liam Henry. Lussick's in a dummy half. They go to find Lindsay Smith. Is Lussick to the Bulldogs confirmed yet? Like, I know that it was reported. I think it's probably has been done, but just haven't put out the social media posts or whatever. Speaking of, Lussick had to go there from dummy half. So this will be the last here for the Panthers. Can you imagine if they score here? Go through the hands. Cogger out to find Liam Martin. Ball comes out the back. Titans recover it. Good work there. Good early test. Survived. Excuse me. By the Gold Coast Titans. If I'm being honest, Cleary, Toto, and Yo probably deserve a break after their amazing Game 2 performances as a Queenslander. It's just when you... I mean, obviously, I know what you're saying. But on a serious note, when you have the luxury of being able to rest those players, just do it. Just do it. It does have such a great impact to the back end of the season. There's no chance of Staggs being a free agent. Best I could do is your Dutch mate for Hoover. Well, I don't really want you cursing him. Is it just me? Or, like, I've never noticed that Kirsten Duke is British. I now understood it. It's this beautiful sunny day out there at Seabus Super Stadium. Like, what? How have I not clocked this in the past? Alrighty. Ben Barber, when Youssef, Turkish hair transplant doctor, walks in. There's a lot going on there. And I don't really know. Why is Ben the opposite of Youssef? Anyway, I don't know. Lussick now. On to find Lindsay Smith. Doing his best as a Yo impersonation there. Good run there from Isaac Tungol. So halfway through this set here at the Penrith Panthers, they're heading it to the left-hand side now. That's a great offload there for Lindsay Smith. They are making the ball sing at the moment. Papali'i got a bit of space back around the middle of the field. Penrith are carving them up at will here. What a play that was for them. Lussick is in a dummy half. They're about 50 meters out. They go to the right. Cogger goes back the other way, takes a run himself. So this will be the last here. Talangi will be the man tasked with ball playing on the final play. Gets to him. Puts a kick up to try and find the wing of Tommy Jenkins. Milky up for it, but it's been knocked back by Jensen Talmupeu, and that will be a dropout. B is the opposite of Y in the alphabet. Right. Bit of a stretch, we'll be honest, but it does make sense. Does make sense in the end. Wait, did I hear that wrong? Or did Michael Ennis just call him Blaze Palungi? That's so funny, by the way, if he did. No, I think that has come off Tommy Jenks. Shout out Milky, who is fresh off re-signing, by the way. Not the most outstanding crowd. I can understand. Oh, another knock on. My God. Bro, could you imagine supporting this team? I'm sorry, but... And I've said this before. I've expressed exasperation on a number of occasions about this association, Rugby League Football Club. But my God, could you imagine supporting this team? It would be the most desolate existence you could possibly imagine. Subjecting yourself to it unironically. Why would you do it? They've had 2 sets and they've just knocked on both times. Blaze Palungi is crazy. It really is. It really is. You should put your sub counter at the top of the screen. That is something that streamers do to try and get subscriber counts up. But subscribers don't really matter on YouTube. Which sounds weird to say. But they really don't matter that much on YouTube. I might do it. Would be cool, actually. That's a good idea. Cogger doesn't get through there, but takes another run himself on the fourth. So again, it's going to be Blaze Palungi. Oh, no, sorry. Foxer got the tackle count there wrong. This will be the last now. This will be the last. Lussick just goes a short ball there. Martin out the back. They've got numbers out here. Edwards gets it out to the wing of Alamotti. No space out there. Back in field for Isaac Tungo. Does get an offload away. We got a whistle of a penalty. Penalty Penrith coming out of all that. Oh, my days. They are under the proverbial pump in this game and have been since we first got started. Wow. Absolute domination. I'm going to make a little note of that.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Someone's redeemed a thing.
Lorenzo Theraborn just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
In honor of Liam Martin, who has just scored a action that I can only describe as a proverbial rugby league try, I will indeed indulge in a Pepsi Max. Penrith finally cracked the Gold Coast Titans. That wasn't long enough. They get it done through Liam Martin there. We said he wanted a big performance to put himself on notice again for Origin. That's a good start. Love your channel, mate. You've helped me learn about NRL so much. I'm really glad. Thank you for your kind words, Crystal. Yeah, one of my... I don't know if it was a goal that I really set out to, but like I've spent a lot of my life advocating for this sport and teaching people about it because I'm so passionate about it and I love spreading the passion. And one of my objectives was to make the sport accessible. Explain it in ways that hopefully, make sense to people and give people a way of engaging with the sport in a way that's not just the super deeply tactical X's and O's side of things. So I'm glad that it's worked out for you. Thank you very much. Who scored? Liam Martin. I'm trying to think of a way to include the try scorers on my scoreboard here, but I don't really see where they fit. That's the issue. I really like the way that it currently looks. Alamotti to convert the Liam Martin try to gettable kick. Yes, and he's got that one easily. Goal to the Penrith Panthers. Panthers are so good, they unironically have a sponsor named Picklebet, and they don't get relentlessly meaned. It's so true. It's so true. And when we get to a point where we're talking about Picklebet, like, do we not maybe have enough gambling agencies? If you're at the stage of Picklebet, you have gone past the acceptable quota of gambling agencies for a nation to have, in my opinion. I'll tell you the site at halftime. What site? I don't remember what you're talking about. If Zane Harrison touches the ball, can you tell me, please? Yes, I will tell you specifically, St. George Dragons fan, that Zane Harrison has touched the ball. All right, so maybe the worst start ever for the Gold Coast Titans, unfortunately. They've just not done anything of any consequence. Honestly, the only thing that could have gone worse is just conceding more points. But it's not been great. It's not been great at all. Looking at the stats, that's weird. Fox normally shows... Oh, there we go. 74% possession to the Penrith Panthers. It's been awful. 1 out of 3 completion rate for Gold Coast. On the fourth here. They hit it up to about the 40-meter line. More gamble equal more rugby league. I would argue it's more so true the other way around. More rugby league equals more gamble. But no, there's an argument to what you're saying there. Bounce over the dead ball line. It concerns something that I've been working on. And I will get into it. Oh, the site that has your sub counter, which you can then embed. That's all good. I will likely make my own counter. I'll likely make my own one. I know that Streamlabs can do it as well, but that's all right. I like to design my own elements as much as I can, rather than using ones from other websites. Chicken and egg situation? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you, though. Not much appreciated. Why have Gold Coast always failed as a club? If I had the answer to that, I'd be very wealthy. I think that you can't deny that there's a little element of it that it's the Gold Coast, it's the, East lifestyle. And while that feels like low-hanging fruit, the reason why I think it is still true is because The Chargers didn't really work. The Seagulls didn't really work. The Gold Coast Suns are a perennially unsuccessful team. But also, you've had just the talent being poached. Talent has come through like Keyra Park High School, for instance. I don't know if they want to play for the Titans, you know? I think it's almost a feedback loop where they lose the talent, so they perform badly, and so the talent coming through doesn't really want to play for the Titans. Like, if you come through pretty much anywhere else in the comp, even, let's say you come through in Wollongong, you want to play for the Dragons, even though they're pretty terrible. Knock on there, Milky Jenkins, in the goal. I think that'll be a dropout. You want to, you come through Campbelltown, you want to play for the Tigers. I think it's the least true for the Gold Coast Titans. I think if I was an NRL player, even if I was coming through at the Titans, I would only really view it as a stepping stone. You know what I mean? I'm eating the greatest meal of all time, baked beans. I am jealous. Baked beans is outstanding. It's going to be Raw to Gold Coast knock on. So that was... Penrith definitely did knock on, but Gold Coast must have done something before that. Seabus Stadium is far away. Gold Coast Suns are premiership favourites. The AFLE would know. The Gold Coast Suns are premiership favourites? What? Didn't they make the 8 for the first time, like, last year or something? Cooper Byes coming off the field for a HIA. Just a snake eating its own table for the Titans historically. Can you explain? What do you mean by that? Oh, the feedback loop that I'm talking about. I like Curtis Warren being on, but obviously you don't want him on this early. Honestly, out of that opening 10 minutes, it's a bit of a win for the Gold Coast that it's only 6-0. Lussick for Liotta. Played there by Liotta, now by Lussick. I'm just commentating the same people. Just check, Suns have lost 4 games in a row. So it is just not true there, probably, from St. George Dragons fan. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Anyway. So played there. Lussick gets it to find Jack Cogger. Puts it up in the air. Underneath is going to be Keanu Kinney. Solid catch there from the fullback. Tackled comprehensively by Luke Garner. I ain't doing that, Lorenzo. You can't get me. You got 11,819 subs, Leaguie W. Yeah, it's funny. I focus more on live streaming, which is not as good for subscriber growth, but I enjoy doing it, and I think it's really good for audience interaction. It reinforces those 11,000 subscribers rather than getting new ones, and I like that more. But I've said this a few times before. I am starting, if you look at my growth, I'm starting to hit the upper limits, I think, of where an NRL channel of my style can be. Aramaha with a little bit of a, eyes up play there. Didn't work out at all, and Penrith are going to start a set in the Gold Coast half here. Yeah, I'm still growing. I'm still getting about 200 new subs a month, which is great. But last year at times it was 500 new subs a month. So, I don't know. The Spooners should be relegated to the Super League every year. That is maybe the worst idea I've ever heard, but I think you probably know that. Maybe not the worst idea. It's not a great idea, is it? The Suns came in as premiership favourites this season, but have been hit by injuries and have failed to perform up to their standards. All right, fair enough. I will admit, assuming that is true. All right, Edwards now to find Talangi. Will kick on the last, try and find Jenkins again. He goes up for it. He comes down with it, gets it offload away to Garner. Try. Jesus, that is beautiful work. That's beautiful work.
This is superhuman. This is unbelievable.
Penrith in for their second. Thank you for subscribing to George Dragons fan, I'm going to say. Surely you subscribed before. So there's a name for the Shiny Pidgey mini egg shouted out for. The puke green bird is now called Bin Chicken the Shiny Pidgey. It rolls off the tongue. Bin Chicken the Shiny Pidgey. Didn't he used to play for the Warriors? I swear he used to play for the Warriors. Penrith were always going to win this? Yeah. What did I say at kickoff? Michael Ennis, he was like, oh, I've got a feeling about this. I was like, look, I hear you, but we're going to get to the end of this game, and Penrith are going to have won by 20 points, and we're going to be saying, oh, of course Penrith won by 20 points. That's the difference between a Fox commentator who is employed to get as many people watching as possible and just say whatever to try and ensure that the viewers stay watching and that it's a game worth watching.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks, baby.
And
That's
me,
why you
who
get
doesn't
the big
care.
bucks.
Even though the Bears have massive issues, I'm super bloody excited for next year. Finally real expansion in my lifetime, what a day.
Thank you so much for the $15. First off, Mario, your contributions are always much appreciated. I really do appreciate you coming through with those. In terms of what you said in the message, yeah, the Perth expansion is something that I've been calling for so long, and I was disappointed when they first announced that Papua New Guinea were going to get in before Perth. But then when they announced Perth were only going to be a year later, I thought, fair enough. It's important, I think, for us to have a national competition. It's going to be such an asset to the game in terms of sponsors that we can gain from over there, but also new time zones being accessible. And carrying over a mascot like the Bears is going to be very exciting. I'm hyped about it. I think that they're going to go terribly next year, unfortunately, for a number of reasons. I don't really have a lot of faith in Meninga as a coach. I don't have a lot of faith in the roster that they put together. But it's a long-term project, and I really do hope to see them be successful. So, yeah. Mario gave you 31 yesterday. I'm aware. I'm across it. The derby of meme sponsorships, Panthers with Picklebet and Titans being sponsored by their own head coach. I was going to ask this earlier. Is like the Hannay thing actually related to Josh Hannay? I know it has come in for this season, to my memory. I hadn't noticed it before, so I'm going to assume it is. Bears for the spoon, worst team than the Titans. Unfortunately, like they just haven't been able to recruit. And I think it's such a testament, right, to maybe not having two teams coming in at once. Look at someone like Connor Watson. He's having a 1-year hiatus at the Dragons before then going to the Chiefs. Like, that should be Perth, being able to sign those players. Throwback to when Leaguie got 500 plus in one stream. That was fun. We started this year with just the most insane amount of donations. Has unfortunately gone away in recent weeks, but I don't really mind. It is what it is. I do this for the love of the game, not for the money. So, it's a lawyer service? Yeah, I remember I looked it up. But is it, maybe his cousin's lawyer service or whatever? I don't know. Brim set out to find Fermor. They had a bit of a first attacking raid almost from the Titans. They've kicked it there through Fermor. It's bounced off a bunch of players who didn't play at it. Penrith have recovered the ball here. Milky Jenkins will be tackled about 15 out from his own line. I donated $10 2 weeks ago and you didn't even respond. I am so sorry. I truly would have made a mistake there. That's my bad. St. George Dragons fan. I really do apologize. Sometimes I need to be looking at the screen, and if I don't notice it, you should have reminded me. You should have just kept going at it. I honestly didn't see it. It was not an intentional thing. My bad. Isaac generational run will never be forgotten. I may have forgotten Isaac's generational run. Oh, sorry, no, in the 500, yes, no, I didn't forget, in the $500 stream. Sorry, I'm thinking like Isaac Fasur Malawi, what do you mean? Legman, you should walk the Kokoda track. I do not have the conditions for that. I ain't got the stones, brother. I ain't got the John Stones, I ain't got the Ray Stones, you know what I mean? I cannot do it. Nope. Benny, thank you for following over on Twitch, much appreciated. From New Zealand, I'm going to assume. Cogger, odd now to find Tungo tackled there on the last. They haven't been afraid to run it on the last, and the goal line defense from Gold Coast has been very good. But at 12 points to nil, it's the wrong end of the field for the Gold Coast. Change your name to the Big Leaguie, the way you ignored his super chat. I don't know what that is in reference to. What's the big part of it? So the last time a Penrith team led by 12 against a Queensland side at the half, they coughed up close to 50 in the second half. Penny should be feeling worried here. When was that? I'm going to assume it was against Cowboys, because you're the one saying it. If you can't walk it and pass out, tribes will eat you. At least you're providing a meal for the native community. That's not the greatest sales pitch I think I've ever heard. All right. Harrison has touched the ball, St. George Dragons fan. Now in the hands of Dylan Edwards. He sort of feigned to get a pass away to Paul Alamotti, eventually just ran it to himself. The $10 could have gone towards Old Amsterdam cheese. I still need to check my supermarket here in Canberra if they've stocked it or not. It was that rare Penrith home game at the MCG. What? Penrith home game at the MCG. Huh? Am I confused? I might be confused. Lussick at a dummy half. Can't get 6 again there from Curtis Morin. All right, now in the hands of Cogger. Puts it up on the last. Keeney's going to go up for it. It was Isaac Tonga who got an offload away. Was it knocked on by anyone? No. Thanks for the Harrison reference. No dramas. He means New South Wales. The rare New South Wales home game of the MCG, I see. But that's Penrith being up against a Queensland team. Oh, you mean last game? You mean Origin 2? I see. But that's not the anyway. Okay, you know what? We've got it cleared. We're there. It's no dramas. All good. We chillin'. All right, they're spreading it to the right-hand side here, the Titans. Now through Jojo Fafita. Fun fact, that is a name that is referenced in a Beatles song. Can anyone tell me what Beatles song that name is referencing? Not Fafita, but Jojo. Underneath this one's going to be Paul Alamotti. Another fun fact, my grandmother taught him in Sunday school. So, nearly 20 minutes gone in this first half. 12 points to 0 being the score. I still think Gold Coast would probably take this given the balance of play. There's a knock-on. So, the forced error there. Somerton up and about. Tungo, the man to come up with it. So, it's going to be a rare attacking opportunity here for Gold Coast. Someone said, thanks for the live, bro. No drama. Sorry, I could not see your username because the color was too dark. But anyway. Hey, Jude. No. Jojo was not mentioned in Hey, Jude. Some Turk Cope. Turkey lost with Turks. Morocco won with French players. Germany won with migrants. Albania didn't play. USA has 0 Native Americans in the team. Good night. I don't really think that that's what matters, though, is it? Is it? Nickname says, I think it's Get Back. And nickname is correct. It is Get Back. Well done. Well done. All right, Somerton now. To find Mo Fotuwika. So this will be the second here. They're 30 out from the Penrith Panthers line. They've never really struggled to score points historically. And Curtis Morin straight through. Oh, my guy. Curtis Morin. How many times have I praised Curtis Morin, by the way? How many times have I praised Curtis Morin? Just little impact forward off the bench. My favorite genre of player. And off the bench today, comes up with an unlikely try for the Gold Coast Titans out of absolutely nothing. Look at this. Just some terrible missed tackles. Morin is in for the Gold Coast Titans first. Damn. How did Canterbury let him go? He's a player. He's a player. Grew up listening to a fair amount of Beatles. Growing up, you should still be listening to the Beatles, bro. One should never stop listening to the Beatles. Never should. Is Zane Harrison even going to touch the ball? He did. He did that one time. Do you want me to say it every time? I can't say it every time. Can't say it every time. Another Bulldogs fumble regarding retention. He wasn't playing first grade for them last year. There's every chance that he's just, gone up to the Gold Coast and it needed a change of scenery and has reinvented himself. But damn, you look at him currently in his form, you reckon those could use a bit of that. Thoughts on the 10-year anniversary of John Hapawade putting 3 different players before calling it a tactic and then going on to deliver some of the biggest high tackles and ear bites? I don't really know what you mean. Unfortunately. Curtis Morin for PM, I'd vote for him. I'd absolutely vote for him. I wouldn't need to question growing up for him. Growing up for him? Voting for him. Sorry, I'm reading chats and I see growing up. Anyway. Thoughts? Oh no, I already read that. Skipping Magical Mystery Tour is acceptable though. Was a weak follow-on to Sgt. Pepper. It's a movie soundtrack. It's not an album. So I don't really rate it as part of that album discography. But while it has some absolute stinkers, as does Yellow Submarine, I'm the Walrus, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane, 3 of their best songs ever. Magical Mystery Tour I'd even put up there as one of their best songs. I love that song. It's so well put together. So, yeah. Anyway, I could talk for a long time about the Beatles, you best believe. I remember Hopewadi knocking Big Keithy Galloway out. Not Keithy. I used to love Keithy. How do you say that you mainly listen to 60s music when your favorite song is from the 90s? So, I think you know how those two things can be true. I think the best song of all time is from the 60s, but my favorite song is the 90s song. It's a very rare exception. Who would be a better PM, Morin, Twal, Hindy's Toe, or Sergio Ramos? I mean, shout out Sergio Ramos, but I don't know if he really bleeds for this country, you know what I mean? Other Alex Twal. Making barbecues absolutely mandatory in every public place would be brilliant. The weirdest scope of the day for Drew Pavlou about USA versus odds. A day of our word for Western civilization. 2 brother nations forced to fight under the gaze of a referee who was likely both a communist and a jihadist, not talking for the rest of the day. Taking a vow of silence because I'm pissed off. Is bro well? That's
There's got to be an investigation into this. There's got to be someone's got to be accountable for this.
That's got to be rage bait. What's your favorite song? My favorite song is Morning Glory by Oasis. It's my outro music to my videos. Cogger with a little bit of a half break there. Again, tackled on the 4th. He's not afraid to run it on the 4th, Jack Cogger. Lussick will put a kick in behind. Keanu Keeney will try and escape the goal. Gets a good offload away in the end. It's a little bit risky, but it came out with the result that they wanted. Thank you, Subway, for following again. Just so you know, I didn't share their magic mushrooms. It kind of looked like it. If you had to eliminate one from your life, would you keep Rugby League or the Beatles? I would, unfortunately, eliminate the Beatles.
Leaguie, someone just redeemed a
but
thing.
because there's a lot of other good
Money
music
God
out there.
164 you just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
That's for you, Money God. Yeah, it would be a tough decision, but there's a lot of new rugby leagues to be played, and there's no new Beatles to come out. I've already experienced all there is to experience with the Beatles, so that would be the difference. I feel like Oasis is enough of a blend into your favorite style of music, so that's not a big deal. Yeah, it is. They are an older style modern band. And I say modern, like 90s, but like for me and my taste, that's pretty modern. The communist jihadist ref is German, by the way. I mean, but none of what he said has any level of sincerity to it, right? It has to be rage bait. It has to be rage bait. It can't not be rage bait. Here we go. Mini Egg says, tell Leaguie I can play Yellow Submarine on your guitar. He can't. He just sings it loudly while strumming out of rhythm, but we don't tell him that. Hey, look. That counts, bro. That counts. That's put a smile on my face. It brings me pride. Oh, as the Titans are going to be put over the sideline there. What effort from Penrith. Wow. I'll mention this and then I'll go off the topic of the Beatles. It brings me such pride because you got to understand, all through my childhood, I stood out like an absolute sore thumb being a fan of this band from the 1960s, right? Obviously, it's weird because they're literally like probably the most mainstream band of all time. So it's not like a rogue thing. But for someone of my age, it is a rogue thing. So I would vehemently defend them against friends who were like, oh, bro, One Direction, that's where it's at. Like, why wouldn't you listen to That's What Makes You Beautiful? Why are you listening to Eleanor Rigby instead? So I defended them, and it really made them part of my identity and my cause. So to see a young boy knowing a song like Yellow Submarine, it makes me really happy. That continues. That legacy continues 60, 70 years on. Well, not 70, but 60 years on. While other music comes and goes. All right. Played there. Now to find Lussick, Coggar, on for Lindsay Smith. Can't get an offload back away. Least favorite language. Ooh. Flemish. It's a variation of Dutch. Belgian style. All right, 6 more there for the Penrith Panthers. Henry's going to come out of dummy half there. Joining in on the stream while at work. Don't tell my boss. Shout out to you. Wait, what's that his name? Mego. Shout out Mego. Hey, I'm telling your boss. Absolutely do this. Absolutely. Like, you should be watching the game instead of watching me while you're at work. I will say that. But, like, I am very flattered. I have very often been at work and watched NRL games when I'm not supposed to be. Same with at school. But anyway. Cogger finds Blaze Palungi underneath. Oh, I had a bit of a half go there. Plays it quickly on the third. This is vehement defense from the Gold Coast Titans, but they are being peppered. Absolutely peppered. Played now. Lussick. To the right-hand side. Good pass out there to find Cogger. Cut out pass again to find Dylan Edwards. Tries to step inside of Jaden Campbell. Can't quite get through. One more to survive here. Tungo to find Martin. Now to find Cogger. We'll put a grubber in behind. It comes off the Titans. Is it ruled played at? 6 more. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is dreadful. It's the right call, but, like, how unlucky is that? Milky Jenkins on to find Papali'i. Surely they don't survive this set. Surely they don't survive this set, the Gold Coast Titans. Lussick to the right. Smith will run it himself. He might get there, you know. He's over. I don't think he's got it down. No, he hasn't. Did you know Michael Jackson brought the Beatles catalogue? Worst part is he was friends with Paul McCartney before that. I did know that. I did know that. He doesn't still have it anymore, though, I don't think, right? There was a period of time where Oh Bloody Oh Bloody was my favorite song. I don't think there's many people that weren't at least a Beatles fan at some point in their lives. Yeah, it's a very fun song, isn't it? That was the first song I ever learned the lyrics to. And now I know the lyrics to about 1,000 different songs. It's a bit of a talent of mine. I can remember that information. Can't remember any legal stuff, though, which is not great for me studying at uni for my law course. But anyway, is what it is. Played here by Dylan Edwards. This is the last. Blaze Palungi, cut out pass to find Garner. Puts a kick in. How on earth have the Gold Coast Titans not conceded there? I'll tell you what. For this to be a 6-point margin, Gold Coast, their goal line defense has been outstanding in this game. It's been incredible. Penrith have thrown everything at them. Side to side, repeat sets, again and again, 6 more, whatever you want. Gold Coast have been up to it. Gold Coast have survived. How good. If Sharks win v Roosters, you have to wear a South jersey for 24 hours on stream. I don't agree with that. No, I don't think that that's true. Firstly, because I don't stream for 24 hours. Secondly, I don't own a South
Leaguie,
jersey.
someone just redeemed a thing.
And thirdly,
Subway 676 just redeemed changed the background color.
Alrighty.
White for J. Arrow Bra number 1166. Say your favorite Bunnies player that has not played for any other club as well for giggles.
who would it be? I mean, I like Alex Johnson. Although I do think that he's quite overrated by some people. But I like him. Good guy. Great fella. I have to think about that. Maybe I'm a Campbell Graham enthusiast. Definitely Campbell Graham enthusiast. I think there's going to be someone that comes to mind, though. Cam Murray. No, it's Cam Murray. It's Cam Murray for sure. No question about it. It's Cam Murray. That pass really didn't work. Lindsay Smith has put it through to the in-goal area. Will Jaden Campbell manage to get out? Not quite, no. Goal line drop out forced. Did you know St. Harrison's New South Welshman? I did not know that. I made it a point to teach him music history. Can't appreciate the new if you don't know the old. He knows Beatles, Elvis, Ramones, Hendrix, Dire Straits, Motorhead, and the Good Uns. That's a hell of a roster. Hell of a roster. Love that. See, for me, like I've got a clear top 5 in my musical world, and then there's distance between these guys and everyone else. The Beatles, Oasis. In fact, you know, I'll go with individuals because it's more so individuals. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Elton John, Billy Joel, Noel Gallagher. Those are my 5. Those are my 5, and I think there's distance to anyone else when it comes to songwriting capabilities. Roosters should go for Tallis Duncan just to be petty to South Sydney. He was Roosters' junior player from memory. I think he came through our system. Right? I think he did. I think they signed him from us. So, If the Titans win, don't wear the sunnies for the rest of the game. Nah, wait, for the rest of the game? Yeah, sure. If the Titans win, I won't wear the sunnies for the rest of this match. Sure. Billy Joel? Yeah, I said Billy Joel. Absolutely. I think Billy Joel is the greatest solo artist of all time. And I don't consider Elton John a solo artist, really, because he co-wrote everything with Bernie Taupin. Don't get me wrong, I love the Piano Man. It's just odd. Yeah, there's a lot of Billy Joel's discography that I think people don't really get into because of how overplayed Piano Man, Uptown Girl, The Longest Time are. But a song like The Stranger, a song like Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, a song like Just the Way You Are, like Vienna. Jeannie Campbell's through here, by the way. Great offload back to find Zane Harrison. These songs are like some of the best songs ever written. Leningrad, bro. Leningrad. Down Easter Alexa. These are great tunes. That's going to be 6 more there for the Gold Coast Titans. The ruling is a knock-on. Jeez. They just got 6 again there, the Gold Coast Titans, but it's going to be ruled to be a knock-on. That is desperately unlucky. Opa gets it at halftime? Yes, sure. By the way, I might be making my international debut in the next few years. I'm not joking, as the coach has called me asking for early signs of interest for playing. Playing for who? That's sick, though. Only thing with Motorhead is with the song Bomber. He gets the chorus mixed up and sings It's Obama. I love how Obama had such a cultural impact that even the kids of today just love the thought of Obama. It's just a funny name. Leaguie, are you going to read my comment? I have not seen your comment. I've seen that comment. Have not seen any earlier comments, if that's what you're referring to. Whenever Harrison touches the ball for the rest of the half, can I say Harrison? I'd rather you didn't, given that he's literally the halfback, so he's going to be touching the ball a lot. Malta. Okay, that's very cool. Congratulations to be getting that level of interest. That's sick. I'm considering giving my playing jersey to you if we play. You should absolutely keep at least your first playing jersey. If you have more than one, I'll happily accept future ones, and that's very flattering. I thank you. But keep your first one at least. Keep your first one. Here we go. You know John Hapawadi's finger going into 3 players. Yes, I'm aware of that. It's been the 10-year anniversary of him doing that before, doing some massive high tackles and biting people's ears. I don't think that's true. He was not playing in 2016. It's a lot more than 10 years. Does your last name start with X? No, it does not. All right, played there on the halfway line. Now through Curtis Morin. Short ball there from, I think it was Zane Harrison. It's honestly hard to see when I'm wearing these sunnies. All right, Verrills now.
Hey,
Giving
Leaguie,
it to
someone
Fine
just
Harrison.
redeemed a thing.
Oh, Pepsi Max sip.
Money God
Short ball
164
Campbell.
you just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Campbell dummies goes himself. Will be tackled there. He's roaming a bit more here, JC. All right, Sami will get it to find Zane Harrison. We'll kick towards the right-hand side of the field. It's being chased through here by Jojo Fafita. He goes up forward. He comes down with it. He scored, surely. Ball's come free. No way did he not score. No way did he not score. Oh, my God. No, he's not claiming it. My God, how did he not score this? This has been one of the truly least lucky halves I think I've seen from the Gold Coast Titans. They're playing well. And if they don't score this, it's got to be such an unlucky moment. He did so well with the jump up in the air. Caught it cleanly. How does he not score from here? Let's have a look. Ball's come free. Jeez, it was a try for your life there. If Morin touches the ball, can I say Morin? For the rest of this first half, sure. There's only 5 minutes left. You seen the documentary on the Marshall Islands getting their first national soccer team? It's honestly a really cool watch, showing how such a small nation had to go through so much for a team. I have not seen that. I've not seen that, but I'm sure it would be quite interesting for me. I'll check it out. Thoughts on Israel Folau situation? I mentioned it earlier. I won't get into it again, but basically my conclusion was, while I don't agree with the things that he said at all, and I kind of don't, I can completely understand why the NRL don't want him playing. I think it's a double standard that we allow the likes of Matt Lodge and Ezra Mam to play, but not Folau. So yeah. Titans aren't so easy to beat now, are they? They are really hanging in there. This has been a brilliant performance from them. All right, Papali'i now. Hitting it up. So that's going to be the third there. It would be cruel if the halftime score is at 12-6. If they concede a late one here, that would be just so cruel for the Gold Coast. Edwards holds the ball out to find Cogger. Ball finds the ground, does bounce through to find Alamotti, though. There was a risk of interception there through Phil Sami. Do you call him Dylan Edwards because of his big bald head? Absolutely, yes. That's correct. I do. Jenkins knocks it back. Ends up with Isaiah Papali'i. The sideline's there for him, and yes, he just has to hold the ball over there. Jenkins is claiming something here. Thought of a challenge? I'm hearing someone scream challenge. They're going to challenge here. The decision from Peter Goff. Just do away with Mammon Lodge. 3 birds with a single stone then. I don't know how I would resolve the situation, and I'm certainly not prepared to be making any claims while live and not having thought out my argument. I'm just highlighting that I think that that's an odd double standard. I couldn't see anything that happened that the Titans did that was bad. They tackled Henry there. That's all right. I have no idea what Jenkins' big problem was. Oh, yeah, he was grabbed without the ball. Oh, that might be the dumbest thing I've ever seen on a field. It's a common sense decision, but that might be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen on a footy field, to tackle Thomas Jenkins there infield without the ball. There was zero need for it, and if that had gone the other way, I think that would be very, very fair. I would, if I was in the bunker, I would have ruled that a Panthers penalty, in my opinion. Absolutely, I would have. Throwback to when the trainer ran in front of Campbell at this exact fixture last year. I remember it. That challenge there, by the way, there's a big kind of moment. You are not allowed to tackle someone without the ball. A penalty was committed there. I don't think you're going to hear about it because people obviously want the Titans to win this game. If it was the other way around, you'd have people screaming from the heavens about Penrith refereeing bias. 100% you would. Absolutely. Absolutely it would. All right, play there on the 40. 3 minutes left in this first half. One from Khaleesi Haas. I know his name's Cleese. In fact, is that even Cleese Haas? I just call him Cleese because we're mates. Caught there by Dylan Edwards. 3 minutes left in this first half. Oh, he goes low into that tackle there. I mean, as a Cowboys fan, I'd be happy with Lodge just going away. I don't need to know the specifics. I was surprised to learn the other day that John Bateman still plays for your club. What the hell happened there? What the hell happened there? Anyway, on the second here, inside 3 minutes left there. On the 30, Jenkins with a run. He's been very involved in this first half. Very involved. Now on to find Liam Henry. So much space around him there. So much space. Lussick to find Edwards. Will be tackled just shy of the 40. So this will be the last. Lussick gets it on to find Cogger. Puts it up in the air. It'll be Keeney tasked with catching it. And the fullback does it comprehensively. Thoughts on Nick Cottridge's situation? Is he... I don't know. Is he not playing just in the Super League at the moment? If I had to pick 5 artists to show my future kid, it would be Midnight Oil, U2, The Beatles, and Stevie Wonder. So that's only 4. Fortunately, you get to pick a whole extra one, but those are decent picks. For the next 2 minutes, if Morin tackles someone, can I say Morin? Yes, you can. He blends in with a decoy of Townsville, a sunburnt Englishman, and in a singlet and soccer shorts. I think that does make sense. This is the song I like, isn't it? It is. This is the background song I really like. Knock on Penrith. Here come the Gold Coast. A minute and a half left. If they could level up, that'd be so nice. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I don't know what it is about this one. I just really like it. It always sort of comes, like when I'm doing these 3-game streams, it comes always around the middle, obviously, because all the songs play in the same order every time. And I don't know, it's just kind of calming. It's like, okay, we're halfway there. It's going to be all right. We're over the top of the hill now. Downhill from here. This is such a good song. It's just really calming, isn't it? You know what I mean? Harrison. Find Campbell. Adamahal gets it to Keeney. Oh, beautiful work there. Jojo Fafita. That was a nice little bit of attacking play there from the Gold Coast. 30 seconds left. 3 tackles ahead of them. Campbell. Find Fotueka. Back to find Zane Harrison. Now in the hands of Brimson. Puts a kick in behind. Sami's there. Jeez, I think that's back from Penrith and then over the touchline. And yeah, that'll be the half. It was a half chance there. Absolutely a half chance there. The kick from Brimson needed a little bit more mayo on it. But nearly worked out. Nearly worked out. Kochick wants to rejoin with the NRL. How odd would he be now? He's a player who really didn't hit the potential that we thought he would. 27. Oh, he's still got a lot ahead of him. A lot ahead of him. But ex Blues camp player. I don't think he debuted in Origin from memory, but he might have. Alrighty. That is halftime. We are going to do a bit of open guesser. For those who do not attend here regularly and not sure what open guesser is, it's basically GeoGuessr, but it's free. And I enjoy playing it against you guys during these halftime breaks every now and then. So that's what we are going to do today. Go to openguesser.com. I'll make this a bit smaller. My next big task is to come up with something that's actually professional looking for these web page displays. But anyway, I'll host a session. We're going to do 7 rounds, which is what we usually do. Just normal world view. My username will be... Oh, no, not that. It'll be the Leaguie. And you can join with this code. So go to openguesser.com. Put in that code and you'll be able to join me. We'll get started in a couple minutes. I'm going to give you guys some chair content for a sec. Join up and we'll get started when I get back. Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Money God 164 yet just redeemed changed the background color. I think you forgot about it altogether. Change it to red for the Finns as we have our 7th NRL win. Can you also PLS maybe check the game I have without sharing the screen? Yellow square emoji, 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 yellow square emoji.
Jesus Christ. Bro, that's insane. That's nearly a timeout, honestly. Do I need to make a rule that one can't just spam that? Because I've said it in the past, it evidently ain't getting followed. It evidently ain't getting followed, is it? At least it provided some entertainment while I was gone. Anyway, we're going to get started here. We got 9 people in. Let's get this thing underway. Let's test my knowledge of the world. Rand Street. Have we been here before? I don't think we've been here before. I have a rough idea of where this might be, but the idea is not really based on much substantial fact. It's quite vibe-based. I may have gone the wrong way here. Okay, good. Some signs. Butchery. Open 7 days a week. Also do meat processing. Nothing really to indicate where they're from. Cell phone numbers there. We only got 20 seconds left. Yellow number plates. I'm thinking it's South Africa. But could be completely wrong. I'm going to bop it around between these 3, but not confidently. Okay, it was Namibia. That's not terrible. St. George Dragons fan got it completely. He's either outstandingly good at this game or potentially cheats. I don't know. Because he's always bang on. Oh, I know the country this is. I know what country this is. Is there much going on over there? No, I'm going to go this way. I know what country this is because I recognize the language. I'm going to go. Which way was I going? I think I was going this way. I'm going to guess late though because I don't want you all copying me. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more specific, though, than the country. Unfortunately. Yeah. Nothing more specific. Okay, I'm going to... It's Netherlands. I'm going to say it's around here-ish. But it's definitely Netherlands. No, it's in Zealand. So this is old Zealand. This province down here with all those little islands. I grew up just there. Just there in, where did I grow up? Leichendam. That's where I grew up. Did it get banned? No. I didn't ban anything. Okyatabski something. It's one of these languages, isn't it? It's hard. It's a little hard for me to see wearing the sunnies, but I'm absolutely not taking the sunnies off. Okay. Oh, okay. They're a Dutch company, I'm pretty sure. Telly too. Obviously, the language points to an area of the world, but I don't know more specifically than that. There's a fair few places this could be. Yeah, I'm just going to put it around there. Yeah, I'll move it slightly. I'm annoyed I couldn't get more specific than that. Yeah, so it's Russia, but always like, you know, when it's Russia, it could be absolutely anywhere. Couldn't get any more specific. Can we get a Netherlands address reveal? Sure. I don't live there anymore. I lived in a place called Voorburg. V-O-O-R-B-U-R-G. It's a suburb of The Hague. At Broekslootgade, number 13. Broekslootgade spelled B-R-O-E-K-S-L-O-O-T-K-A-D-E. It says Rotterdam. It was definitely not in Rotterdam. This is the middle of nowhere, bro. What am I supposed to do with this information? There ain't nothing going on here. There have been a couple of side roads that I've been negligent in not looking at. I'm not one of these people that could be like, ah, yes, this is European fauna. Or, no, this would be flora. I'm going to bop it in Eastern Europe. Could be so many different places, but I feel like I've seen trees like this in Eastern Europe. Yeah, it was. Latvia. So we all kind of were equally wrong. I've been to Latvia, but like, how the hell was anyone going to get that? So... Wallini Max. That's Virat. Yeah, that's Virat. Okay, I think we know the country then. We definitely know the country. Nearby Bipoli Sangha. We've definitely got the country. I'm comfortable with that. But I have no idea where in the country. Is there like a... If I could read that, I think it would be great. Ward number 25. It said there. I know New Delhi has wards. Does it? Or does it have sectors? It might be sectors. I've only got 9 seconds. I don't think I'm going to get any better than just the country. But it is definitely India. Yeah. Okay, it was West Bengal. In Kolkata. I mean, it could have been any. Like, we all bopped around India somewhere. M38. Damn. What? It's really giving us ones in the middle of absolutely nowhere. That said 667. Like this... I don't think it's American. Americans like using yellow paint on their roads, and there's no yellow paint here. But it does have that like kind of desolate American feel about it. Even the truck doesn't have any information to give me. Oh. My thing is either lagging or it has a mind of its own at the moment. There was a big old... Yeah, I was trying to look for that thing. There's nothing on it anyway. Does that sign have a language on it? Oh no, I've gone too far. No, it doesn't. I'm bopping it in America, but I'm not confident. No, it was Kazakhstan. At least, look, the positive is no one else was anywhere near. We could not have been more wrong, honestly. But, not ideal. Right-hand side driver? Yeah, Americans drive on the right. Si Teniente Ruiz. Could be a number of different spots. Obviously, I think we know the language. Lomo Bristol. What? I don't think this looks like Bristol to me. I know a few people from Bristol, and this ain't Bristol. It does give us a bit of an idea, though. I'm not going to say that this is South America. Initially, I was thinking South America, but I don't think it is anymore. Was there a... I can't remember if there was a space in Spain that was a bit English. It's ringing a bell. This could be completely wrong. Oh, it was. Oh, yes. Tenerife. I could have got that. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Las Palmas. Yeah. So we got P2. So George Dragons fan 1. As he tends to. Does very well. He always asks for a GeoGuessr and he loves it. We'll play again until they come out for the second half. What's your favorite mental disorder? Rugby league enthusiasm. Prairie Mutsat. I don't even know. It says something. It's too hard to read. Bro, middle of nowhere again. Could there's a bit of outback about it, you know. I'm tempted to go that direction. I mean, so many it could be, though. This could be South Africa, whatever. Prairie is Cape Verde, the capital. I'm going to say this isn't the capital of Cape Verde. Australia, I'm going to put it in Australia. Like, there's just nothing to go off. Other than the fact that the sand looks kind of a bit red, which we have, so... It was. Oh, and there's Prairie. So Beryl Goats got very close. I'm glad that I was decently close there. I'll take that. I will take that. We did capital cities the other day, me and some mates. Don't ask me how I know this, but I have a feeling that this is... Oh, we're underway for the second half. I have a feeling this is around there. I'm going to wait 40 seconds. I'm still going to keep the tab open. We're back into the second half, so I'm going to start commentating. But I'm going to tell you guys whether I got that right. League of the game. Yeah, we're back. Don't worry, bro. No stress. It's all good. We're chilling. We are absolutely chilling. It's not my fault, though. Fox didn't show them coming out. They just showed Charger Man, and then all of a sudden, we're kicked off. So, all right. We've had our red background for a bit. Back to a bit of rare green reprieve. So here we go. Played for Lussick. On to find Dylan Edwards. I was completely wrong, by the way. It was absolutely not in Bhutan. It was in Peru. All right. We might continue that later. Don't know. We'll see. Good catch there from Phil Sami. Dragons bound, obviously. Takes the tackle there. Show the footy. Nah, not keen on the crime of it, unfortunately. All I want is to have a GeoGuessr thing, or OpenGuessr, happen on stream that's like Canberra. Or like The Hague in the Netherlands. That'd be so good. Is this the last game? No. There is Seagulls versus Dogs after this, I believe. Today's NRL grid was pretty easy, by the way. I mean, it kind of depends. We went a little bit rogue, and I think we did get one wrong. But we went for like really, really deep picks at times. All right, kick up in the air there on the last. Edwards is underneath it. Good catch there from the Penrith Panthers fullback. Any calls, New South Wales fans? Would you be bringing him back in for Game 3? I wouldn't, but I'm very biased towards James Tedesco. So, you know, there's kind of elements to that. We can do a Canberra map. Next time we play, I can set up a Canberra map version. I think I'd go really badly on a Canberra map version. Like, it would be... I'd have an advantage for sure, but I live in my very little area of Canberra. I live in pretty much 99% of my life in Canberra. I'd say even more than that. I'd say 99.5 is in a 2-kilometer square radius. Basically. Talangi gets it out to find Milky. Wide offload back in field. Penrith will retain possession though through Papali'i. Now in the hands of Cogger. Goes back towards that short side. It's on the fourth, and Cogger runs it again. If I had a nickel for every single time Cogger's run it on the fourth, I'd have a lot of nickels. Gets a good offload away. I'm going to not say the word nickel. That could go potentially wrong. I don't want to be a Cameron Serrano type situation. On the last here, Edwards gets it to Cogger on the last. Steps back inside. Gets a pass back to find Dally and Palangi of the year. Blaze Palangi. But it's a knock-on. Canberra map version is bound to get you doxed. Quite possibly. I'd have to be careful about it. If it was The Hague map version, I'd destroy that. Absolutely destroy that. Better still, if it was a Los Santos one, I'd do even better. Even better. Is Questacon still a thing in Canberra? It is. I went to Questacon like a couple weeks ago. It was fun. Money God says, that's not a try, that's a miracle. What, you mean this?
That's not a try, that's a miracle!
I've got soundboard sounds ready to go, brother. You just wait. I need to add more. Anyway, on here to find Zane Harrison. Puts a good long-distance kick in. It does take a bounce. So that's a good result there. Edwards gets to find Alamotti now. I won my school's GeoGuessr comp. That is impressive. That is very impressive. Oh, knock on there, Alamotti. So, Brimson recovers the ball. Half opportunity here. Sami has it. They're going to start this set 20 meters out. Come on, Gold Coast. If they could level us up here, oh, that'd be hot. That'd be hot. Moneygood says, I want to spam yellow square emoji one last time. For the last time in 6 months. You ain't... I promise you, you would not adhere to 6 months. Not a chance you'd adhere to 6 months. Just don't do it again, please. Like, it was kind of funny, but, like, you know, let's chill on it. You know what I mean? Furmore can't get enough lead away. Hull was very close to scoring there. I really want the Titans to score a Rugby League try. Sorry, I just bopped to my microphone. Oh, Morin's knocked on. I have always intensely disliked Curtis Morin. Never said anything positive about him. Who's the worst player in second grade Kenyan Rugby League? Probably you specifically. Hurricanes are winning 48-0 in the Super Rugby final against the Waikato Chiefs. Hurricanes are from Wellington. What sport is that? Of course, you crushed the Hague one. Too many marijuana spots around the city. Not even. Amsterdam's a spot for that. The Hague is more... It's a bit of like the Canberra of Holland, really. You know, you can obviously... You can find it around. Since Angus Crichton also shaved his head, are you going to call him Angus Crichton? I think Angus Crichton does work pretty well, actually. I might go with that. I've been remarking at how incredibly aerodynamic he looks. Yeah, you can do it if a yellow line happens, Money God. No dramas. It's going to be a penalty there, Penrith Panthers for a penalty. Sorry, for a knock-on after the 6 again. So it becomes a penalty. So it's funny, right? I think this is a massive loophole in our game's rules. If you get a penalty, but then immediately if you get a 6 again, but immediately make an error, it becomes a penalty, right? And a penalty is objectively way better than a 6 again. You get to kick for touch and then get a fresh set. If I was a coach of a team, I would really give consideration to telling my team, immediately after you get 6 again, drop the ball. Drop the ball. Because it will become a penalty and you can get way further down the field. Massive loophole in the game, in my opinion. Super Rugby is Yunyan. I'm not really familiar with what that is. What's that word? Anyway. Do you watch House of the Dragon? The new season starts tomorrow. I do not. I spend enough of my time watching Dragons play that I feel watching House of the Dragon is something I shouldn't have to be subjected to. Back to find... Lustig puts Gigan behind. Sami has that one cleaned up and collides with his fullback there, Keanu Kearney. By the way, I do know, obviously, that the Hurricanes and the Chiefs, the Super Rugby, is rugby union. I'm just kind of, you know, playing up into it. You know what I mean. So, the final is 53-0. That's insane. That's like a historical moment. I will say that. I love at Seabus how they can put colors up on the roof. Looks so good when they've got it in Titans colors. You just know how this is going to go, by the way. You know that Gold Coast are going to hang in there. Penrith are going to score and go bang, bang. And suddenly, a game that the Titans have been well and truly in is just going to escape them massively. Did Waikato have their hooker get suspended? Is that a Cam Smith reference? 40-0. Chip over the top. Oh, Tungo. I thought he might have scored there. Someone's grounded it.
Money God 164 yet just redeemed changed the background color. Yellow as we will mourn the last ever time I will spam yellow square emoji because I don't want to get banned cause Leaguie is such a great sky sub to him. Yellow square emoji. Yellow square emoji.
No. No. No, we're not having that. I'm still hearing it if that gets you any satisfaction, but I did say chill. I did say don't do it, and you did it like twice as much. So, no, look, I'm not going to ban you, but I probably should. So, no. You muted it. Why? Why do you think? Look, I respect it. I respect it. I will change the background color. It's a little disrespectful, isn't it? Come on. I'll unmute it for a sec.
Square emoji, yellow square emoji, yellow square emoji.
There you go. You got a little hint of it. It's going to be going for a long time. Yeah. I'll explain why I'm not a huge fan. Because obviously it's a funny thing for you and a couple of others. But obviously there's 31 people watching the stream at the moment. I like having control over my live streams. And it just removes my own control. It's still playing. And would still be playing for everyone. I don't really like that much. I think Penrith have knocked on there. It's still playing. There we go. It's finally done. Yeah, that's why. And then also just like, you did ask if you could do it, and I did say no, and then you just did it anyway. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? Like I said, should probably issue a timeout, but I won't. Anyway. All right, played there by the Titans, who survived yet again. How on earth is this game only 12-6? I don't know. Ha!
Money God 164 yet just redeemed timeout self.
That's pretty funny. I will say thank you for, saying, I'm such a great guy and all that and love you. Like, I do appreciate it, obviously. I don't want to time you out. Do you really want me to time you out? It is funny that you redeemed timeout self, though. Say whether you actually want me to time you out. Knock on Titans anyway. Damn. Half an hour left in this one. As I say, I do get the feeling that it's just going to get away from them, unfortunately. Yes? All right. That's pretty funny. It's 10 minutes as well. That's the default one. I just pressed the default one. Origin 3, best or Stags for center? Neither. Latrell and Turbo. Dutchman giving second chance. How the Dutch have fallen. I ain't Dutch though. So that's the thing. I'm lurking and being very confused that it's still 12-6. I know, right? It is confusing, objectively speaking. There's no reason why this should be the case, and yet it is. How do I redeem? It's a Twitch-only thing. YouTube doesn't have a mechanism for it, unfortunately. Blaze Palangi puts kicking behind. The ball, again, how have they not scored there, Penrith? And Titans, no, they escaped the in-goal there. Jeez, I thought he had managed to escape the in-goal for sure. How on earth? This kick, firstly, they didn't get it initially there. Yeah, they'll challenge this. I think absolutely they'll get this correct. Captain's challenge there from the Titans. Nope, I didn't play. There we go. What a cool looking graphic. Fake German denying his Dutch to try and convince us he's from some French island in Africa. So it's not a French island, it's independent. Yeah, that's not a double movement. It's all one motion. Grounded on the try line. No, never mind. Unsuccessful challenge. Yeah. Maybe worth a go. Anyway. Moran comes off the field. Obviously, he came on a lot earlier than initially planned, with Cooper Bai coming off. Because Cooper Bai, I'm going to assume he failed the HIA. I don't think I've seen him. So, WTSs are redeemed speed dealers, Tonnies. Well, obviously that won't make a difference right now. But I had a look off stream when I went at halftime to go over there. I had a look in the mirror. And yeah, the eyes are not looking good. They are not looking good. All right, played there by Papali'i. On to find Smith. Now run from Billy Phillips. Thoughts on calf cramps? Not a huge enthusiast of it, but they're a lot better than back cramps. Back cramps just makes everything hurt, and I get a lot of those. Cogger. Now to find Blaze Palangi. On for Dylan Edwards. Stands in the tackle, doesn't get an offload away, though. Do you think refs get annoyed with the captain's challenge? Sometimes they do look a bit annoyed. I think they like it as a rule, but maybe when it happens, they're not a big fan of it. Because they're confident in their decision. They would love challenges being unsuccessful, though. They would really like that. Titans survive. Bro. This is so impressive from Gold Coast. Look at the... Like, I know Dragons played well yesterday. So maybe it's not the best time to be making this comparison. But look at the difference between how good the Gold Coast are and the Dragons are. I check and you ain't seeing them. You ain't seeing the Dogs today. Hell no. All right, back to the green background. Run there from Josh Patson. He looks a bit more tanned. In fact, he's heaps tanned. You can see a massive tan line underneath his shorts. His shorts right up a bit there. Like, he's a quite pale-skinned individual, but brother has been hitting the tanning beds, Josh Patson. Damn. Anyway, kick there on the last. Underneath it is Paul Alamotti. So 26 minutes left in this game. Alamotti returns it up over the 20. I think the next try might really, really matter here. I reckon if Penrith get it, I don't know if it might shatter the confidence. Excuse me. Ugh, I'm so tired. I think it might shatter their confidence ever so slightly. Jeez. 82 tackles in the opposition half. 42 tackles in the opposition 20 for only 2 tries. What goal line defense the Gold Coast Titans are put in? Cat, it's neither. I don't know what it is, but it's not either of those. All right. Kick there from Talangi. No attempt to catch from the Titans. So Penrith get it back, and I think for Papali'i that's going to go... Was that a little kick? I don't know what it was, but anyway, Titans recover the ball. Josh Patson represented Indigenous in the All-Stars match. He did. That doesn't mean his skin's not pale. Ancestry works in ways like that. Yeah, works in mysterious ways sometimes.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Catanellabog just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
Bit of ASMR there. And it's going to be a penalty Gold Coast here for a high tackle. Hell yes. They can finally escape this end of the field. How is Coco Pacific Tonga going? So that's my dog. She's called Coco, by the way.
Well,
I think to other people.
Not
Not Coco Pacific Tonga, to be clear.
I check.
I am not showing you my eyes for $2. Look, I appreciate the $2. However, you ain't seeing the eyes. Not the way that they looked when I looked in that mirror. That is not something that I'm comfortable sharing with the public. I'm sure my dog Coco's doing well, but obviously, she ain't around me at the moment. I'm down in Canberra. I really do find it tough to say bye to her. So you're saying Josh Patson is albino? So no, that's not what I said. Not even like a little bit. So I'll negotiate to 5. Feel free to negotiate to 5. You ain't getting it. You are not getting it. At least you can use those $2 to sort out your eye situation. It would be good. Oh, Mario. Brother.
At what point does RL take the gloves off and go after the union talent in NZ and Oz? Not some kid coming through. I say that on the back of the Super Rugby FINA 53-5 that competition is a disaster and only getting worse.
Well, okay, absolutely. Starting point is thank you for $31. You have zero obligation to ever do that. You can just ask me questions. Obviously, I think you know this, but yeah, it's times like this with a donation at that size where I'm like, you're helping make this dream a reality of independent content creation. The entire system really relies on the goodwill of people to give money to those who are going at it themselves, and yeah, you're making that dream come true. So thank you very much, Mario, as always, as Titans Lock On. In terms of your question, I'm not really that qualified to answer purely because I don't know anything about Union and the state of the game there and how much talent is available. I couldn't really name them. But in terms of going after the talent in NZ that's rugby union based, I think that'll be a really big thing when the next New Zealand side comes in. I am hearing reports that they are officially the preference to be the 20th team, a South Island of New Zealand team. So they should be looking at union talent in New Zealand. Union talent in Oz, like, is there much that is really like quality that will add exponentially to the NRL? I imagine that there's certainly guys, but I don't know. I would love to see them go harder at Union, but that's because I grew up in a space where Union was heaps bigger than League and perceived as better, certainly. And so I very much do view it as that sort of existential rival. So yeah. Is Coco from the Netherlands? Coco is from the Netherlands. She's a Dutch breed called Koikerhond. She's the only one of her breed in Australia. True story. I'll negotiate to head dent check. Sure. That I'll do. Whoa. Hang on. I can never angle it properly. There we go. There's a head dent check. Bang. Having a second New Zealand team would be the biggest mistake on the expansion of rugby league in New Zealand. Elaborate, please, because I'm quite supportive of the idea, but I will absolutely concede to not really knowing what happens on the ground in New Zealand. I'm thinking like a big long-term vision, but maybe you know more about what it currently looks like today. Bit of an Elvis look with the hair there, yeah. A little bit going on. I cut it myself, so as long as it doesn't look terrible, I'm like, that's all right. That's a win. Knocked back here from AJ Brimson. He's recovered the ball. He'll get to a kick, puts a bomb high up in the air. He's basically the only Titan who can contest it. It's back. Oh, they're through here. Garner. Will he get a pass away? Garner's still going here. Being chased down. Steps out of a tackle. Gets to about the 30. Geez, that's unlucky from Gold Coast. They need to stop them here. It's going to be tough, though. Defensive line is scattered. Was he onside there? No, he was not, AJ Brimson. So that's going to be a 6 again there for the Penrith Panthers. Cogger runs it. So they're going to have a full set here in attacking ball. This is basically where the entire game has been located. Here we go. Smith has numbers out there. Gets it to find... Oh, Papali'i is knocked down, though. And honestly, that's good work from Jensen Salmapeo because they needed that to slow down Gold Coast. They really needed that to slow down. As someone who lived in NZ, I can tell you the Warriors are taking over the pubs, not the Union. Not many people are turning up to Auckland Blues games, but the Wires are selling out every game. It is just Auckland. Christchurch will fail. Christchurch is big farmers who just want a beer to watch the Union, whilst Auckland is Samoans wanting to watch high contact rugby league, if that makes sense. Canterburyans, Christchurch locals won't enjoy Orca's concept too much. Or Mario says, wrong, back of the South Island. If they can field 2 Super Rugby teams, they can sort 30 more players. That does seem to make sense to me, what Mario said. I believe more in the principle, Sir George Arians fan, that we as a sport have to back ourselves to get that job done, to convince them, to put on a show that will in the long term convince them. Maybe immediately it won't be a huge thing, but you're talking about a culture that exists. I think we can change culture. I think we need to at least give it a go. They're over here, Penrith, but again, held up. Seriously, some of the best goal line defense I've seen from any team has been delivered by the Gold Coast in this game. Wow. Tasmania deserves a team. The fact that NZ had one before Perth is diabolical. No way should they have a team before Tasmania. I don't get this deserves a team thing. I don't care who deserves it or not. I care which location is the best for the health of rugby league as a sport. Is Tasmania? Is there... I don't think there's any rugby league in Tasmania. There's like a couple of teams, I believe. Someone said back in the day. Not first grade teams, obviously. So... Alright. Eggwoods. On to find Lindsay Smith. Holds it up to Cogger. Now Papali'i. Dalian Palangi of the year. Blaze Talangi. Takes a tackle there. He's not a Palangi. He's just... It's funny because Michael Ennis called him Blaze Palangi earlier. Kicking behind from Cogger. Is it going to dribble dead? No, it's been... I think that Penrith might have scored this. I think Penrith might have scored. No, Tungo's not claiming it. It looked like it. He had to go. Darwin Demons might be an outside shout. It's just oppressively hot up there, though. I don't know. Tasmania haven't had any local teams in 13 years. There you go. So I don't know if I'd say they deserve it. Tonga had a... Jeez, he had a real attempt at it. South Island have no people. Have you been there? Unless stadium capacity will be 5,000. Okay, I haven't been there by my own admission, but they have quite a lot more than 5,000 people. They're building a new stadium in Christchurch, Takaha Stadium. The capacity is about 20 to 30,000. They've got people. I always thought the 20th team would be in the Northern Territory. What's the population of Darwin? I guess if we have Townsville, like, we could probably have Darwin. But it's only 160,000. Even the wider area only has 159,000. So, like, it's not massive. Christchurch population is 4 times that. Oh, let's call it 3 times that. I'd put Adelaide in before Darwin for sure. Adelaide is a expanding area. All right. Your Christchurch is 400k. Morin now. Out wide. Jojo Fafita will take a tackle there. Come on, Titans. They're 20 out on the last. Rare attacking chance for them. Harrison puts a kick up. Sami's going to be the man tasked with catching it. It's a slightly better bounce. And Gold Coast would have scored, but it's going to be a knock on Penrith. No challenges left for them. Tell you what, that's yet another instance. I described the Titans as really unlucky throughout this game. A slightly better bounce there for AJ Brimson, and he scores. Watch this. He was the man on the spot there, but it just... the bounce beat him so badly there. Adelaide has 2 AFL clubs. It ain't the play. But are we really... Is it mutually exclusive? If you're from Adelaide, does supporting an AFL team mean you can't support an NRL team? I don't think that's true. Sydney has 2 AFL teams. You know what I mean? Adelaide is 1.5 million people. There's room for more than 2 major teams there. Harrison now. On to find Mo Fotuaika. So this is on the second. Verrills is in a dummy half. Goes to the left-hand side through Harrison. Underneath for AJ Brimson. He's been lively. AJ Brimson come up with some good moments so far in this game. 6 more there for the Gold Coast. The crowd rise. They love it. Haas will take a tackle there. Jeez. Now in the hands of Verrills. Across to find Harrison. Oh, he's close. He'll score. He'll score. Yes. Yes. This is incredible. They have defended so incredibly well throughout this game. It's remarkable the goal line defense that they've put in after conceding 2 early tries. And the Gold Coast, who have had no attacking ball whatsoever, go down the other end of the field. And they're going to level this up. What a team performance this is. And they've got the try that they have well and truly deserved. Gold Coast have 10 on the board. Gobsmacked, hoodwinked, whatever you want to call it. I'm all over the shop at the moment. I'm happy, though. I'm really, really happy. Let's go. RL just has to back itself funding-wise, and it will become part of the culture in Adelaide. I would have... The 2 options in my mind that I would support to be the next team are South Island of New Zealand and Adelaide. Those are my 2. The only thing that gets me away from Adelaide is that, and this is becoming more and more outdated as every year goes by, but I remember back in the late 2010s, Roosters took a number of home games to Adelaide against the Storm over a number of years, and the crowds weren't outstanding. So I've got a little bit of resentment there, but it's so long ago now. Give it a go. The Adelaide Crows weren't a massive failure. Just were a victim of the Super League war, so... Kick from Campbell levels us up. 12 points apiece. 15 minutes left. If you add a South Island team, the first thing they're going to do is raid the Warriors roster, ruining what seems to be a Warriors team coming into a golden generation. Maybe, but the geographical closeness, it only really is an advantage to them in terms of signing Warriors players in the sense that they get to continue living in New Zealand. Any team can sign players from any club. Any team has the ability to raid the Warriors roster. It's on the Warriors to keep them locked down. I'd say that the Warriors, going well isn't a sign that we shouldn't be putting in other teams there. Warriors have had a hell of a long time with an entire country to themselves. Know what I mean? Hell yes, this is rugby league, folks. This is rugby league. I don't know what that is not, so I won't be doing that, unfortunately. All right, Leota is off the field. Good run there from Sammy Verrills at a dummy half. Now across to find Cleese Haas. Excuse me. Yeah, Jaden Campbell can slot a field goal. If I was a Gold Coast, I'm kicking a field goal, like, first opportunity that presents itself. I know there's a long time left in this game. I just want the Penrith Panthers to have in their mind, how are we losing this game? Oh, Edwards is knocked on, has he? Yes! No, offside. Penalty, Penrith. It's Uno just online. Yeah, no, that's probably has too many... too little wider appeal, because you can only play with like a few people, I would, from memory. Chico says, I haven't seen your streams in ages. Well, welcome back, sir. Good to have you here. Jeez, what a long distance kick. What the hell? My God, that was a crazy kick for touch. Damn. All right. Anyway, Alamotti on to find Liam Martin. It'd be cruel if Penrith score here. It really would. Scott in a dummy half. Gives it to Liam Henry. In fact, it's Phillips, not Henry. Excuse me. Scott to find Lindsay Smith. Bends away from a few. Jeez, he was only about a metre short there. Scott's in a dummy half. Goes to the left in the hands of Cogger. Papali'i, one-on-one with Zane Harrison. The halfback did very well there. One more to go in this set. Scott gets it back to find Cogger. Will put a ball up in the air. Alamotti's going to be up against Jensen Tamupeu. I think it's been knocked on by Tamupeu. No, it hasn't. It was forward off him, but he managed to catch it properly there. In fact, it wasn't Jensen. It was Phil Sami. I'm getting my wingers confused with one another. Damn. If you could bring back any pre-1950 team as the 20th team, who would it be? That's a question. I assume I need to keep their natural location. So, like, I couldn't bring back the Jets as the Adelaide Jets, for instance. I really like Newtown Jets, but it wouldn't really add anything to the game. But then who would? I don't know. Given how... Oh, good. 6 more here for the Gold Coast. How much the West Tigers are sort of focused on Leichhardt over Campbelltown. I'd be tempted to, if this counts, split Balmain and West again. But anyway, I wouldn't really be happy to bring back too many teams, really. Because they're just Sydney ones, and we've got enough. All right. What did Josh Paxton and Jermaine McEwen have in common? Both back rowers. Okay. Are they both eligible for someone? I feel like they might both be eligible for someone. Harrison, short ball. Oh, Fermor back to find Campbell. It was a nice little play there, but they read it beautifully. It was Scott who did it. They've raided the short side here. Yes! Yes! They're going to score! Phil Sami! A cutout pass to the wing. The Gold Coast Titans take the lead. They take the lead. Forget a field goal. If they can get this over the line, it will be one of the great wins in club history, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. The performance that they've put on has been absolutely incredible. It's been incredible. Titans, this is sensational rugby league. Oh, Harrison, what a pass. What a pass to Phil Sami. Hell yes. Held his line there beautifully, Phil Sami. Went a little bit in field as well, which is important for the kick. Oh, Hane loves it. Hane loves it. What a game, bro. Bro, like, honestly, absolute rugby league. It is. How many games this year have been absolute rugby league? So many. There is an eternity left. And this kick is very, very important. Very important. All eyes on a Penrith Panthers trainer right now. Make sure there ain't any trainers running around. Jaden Campbell here. Make sure they ain't doing it. Would be very funny, though, if they did. But make sure they ain't doing it. Damn. All right. It's a tough kick for Jaden Campbell. 10 minutes left. That's a long time to hold on, but geez, they've held on beautifully throughout this game. They really have. Penrith scored in the 12th minute. Nothing since then. He hits it. Oh, it's beautiful. Is it? Yes, it's got it. He's got it. 6 points the margin. How is 16th beating first? Because we have one of the most even competitions at an elite level of global sports. The salary cap does an absolutely brilliant job of ensuring that any team can beat any other team. This is it in action, folks. This is it in action. The reason why we get the same premiership winners, generally speaking, is because of the lack of coaching talent that's out there, rather than the lack of playing talent that's out there. By the way, just want to draw attention to the fact that there's currently 73 people watching on YouTube. That's insanely high. Thank you all for being here. What a game of rugby league we've been subjected to, and I'm going to take great pride in commentating this last 10 minutes for all of you guys. Verrills is in a dummy half here. Come on, Titans. They're 10 meters out from their own line. One there from Jensen Tamupeu. Or tackled, but then forced back quite a bit by Martin, Smith, and Cogger, I believe it is. In fact, it was Billy Scott. So Gold Coast here, they've got to get to their kick. That's the key thing. Don't come up with an error. Don't get a sniff to the Penrith Panthers' way. Harrison out to find Jojo for feeder. Tackled there. Just over the 40-meter line, the Queensland Origin player. This is the fourth. Oh, there was no dummy half there. Yikes, that could have gone worse. But ended up all right. Keeney stepping around the middle of the field. So they'll kick from about the halfway line here. Farrells gets it to Campbell. Puts an absolute monster of a kick up there. Caught well by Alamotti, though. Wasn't really too tricky for him. You're only as good as your last game. Look, it's true, but we know the Penrith Panthers. We know they are very good. We know what they can do. There's a long time to hold on here. Good post-contact meters there from Isaac Tongo there. Standing in the tackle, keeping those legs driving. Cog is in a dummy half. They're going to go to the left-hand side here through Milky Jenkins. We'll get to about the halfway line. Let's see what they can do here. Run from Liotta, who's back out there on the field. We know the Penrith Panthers are such a better team when Liotta is out there. Now in the hands of Cogger. Back in field to find Dylan Edwards. Behind sort of the ruck area, there was space to be found. This is the last. They're inside the 20-meter zone. Scott goes to the left-hand side. Cogger puts it up. Going to try and force a contest with Jenkins and Tamupeu. Jenkins went up for it. I think it's forward off him. What's the ruling going to be? They're going to start with a dropout, but they always review these. So it's either knock on Penrith or goal line dropout. Whew. They survive again. Just about. They've peppered Tamupeu throughout this entire game. I think, yeah, Tamupeu's knocked it on into Milky Jenkins. Leaguie, do you like Charlie Guymer's right elbow? More of a left knee enthusiast, but honestly, I don't mind it. It's all right. Does the job. Does the rugby league job. Beats the reigning premiers, loses to the Tigers, beating by far and away the favourites to win the comp. Hashtag just Titans things. Hey, we are not calling this a Titans victory just yet. Absolutely not. We ain't there. We are not there. Holy, YouTube says 87 people are watching. I don't know how much I believe that, because about 2 seconds ago it was 63. So, but thank you all for being here. You should come along more often. These are really fun streams. All right, so we got Titans player down. I think it is Jensen. Yeah, it was a tough little contest there, because he went high up in the air for it. Obviously knocking it on, which is what has forced the goal line dropout here, but came down hard. Papali'i off the field. He's been lively. He's been sort of a go-to man for the Penrith Panthers throughout this game. Inside 8 minutes left in this one. Do Titans try and go short here? I wouldn't. Given how well their defense has held on, I'd be going hella long and trying to force an error. Revenge for Trainergate? I mean, it would be. It would be if they win, for sure. Well done, Egg. That's a great win. That's a great win from you. Damn, another clean sheet as well. So, Tamupeu is still down here. The Titans are collecting each other in a little huddle there, breathing exercises together. The Warriors really popularized that. So, it's going to be tricky here who the Titans bring on to replace Jensen if Jensen cannot continue. Probably move a Beau Fermor out to the centers. But this is... Oh, they're bringing the stretcher out. You never like to see that. As terrible as it is, it could kind of be exactly what the Gold Coast Titans needed. In the sense of... in the sense of them being under the pump, they get a break here.
I just bit you 45 times. Now do a Mickey Mouse voice, King Leaguie.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, because 45 bits. Mickey Mouse voice. Honestly, my voice is about to go. I am feeling, every time I talk, I've been too emotional throughout this game. He does a very high pitch one, right? Like, Jetson Tomopeu. I'll go with that. That's all you're going to get. But yes, look, as terrible as it is for a player to go down injured, to be able to have this physical break, to reset, to know exactly what they've got to do throughout the rest of this game, because they've defended so much throughout this. They'd be absolutely out on their feet, the Gold Coast Titans. And it's not just been defense, but it's been scramble defense. Penrith have thrown a lot in their direction. To be able to hold on like this, they're going over and consoling their teammate now, get a bit of a breather, it works in their favor. Who's hurt? Jensen Tamopeu. Kind of sucks, though. At this rate, we're playing either Bayern or Liverpool in the knockouts. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Jet Liu to play wing. Is he... I thought he was like a front rower from memory. No, I don't think they've used him. Yeah, he's a front rower, Jet Liu. No, what they'd surely do... I mean, Fermor has literally started games in the centers before. Move Fermor to center and Jojo to the wing. If Titans win, Sun is off for the entire rest of the stream. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. You don't want me to do it. You don't realize what you're asking for. You sound like Obama on helium with that Mickey impression. Well, this is the thing. I never really watched Mickey Mouse as a kid. His voice annoyed my dad, so I was never really allowed to. Not that I particularly wanted to. I just wanted to watch Cars again for the 25 billionth time. Really hope Tamapeo is good. Of course. Of course. But I like to see that the precautionary approach is being taken. Even though, you know, we've had to stop the game, all this stuff, that's exactly what you want to see. Medical professionals getting around it. Oh, you actually got a bit of eyes there. My glasses nearly came off. I did say if the Titans win, Sonny's off for the rest of the game, and you agreed. Yes, for the rest of the game. I agree to that. I will do that. If the Titans win this game, I'll take the sunglasses off for the rest of the game. Because that's no time. I don't know if you've realized this or not, but that's if by the time we know the Titans have won, the game has no time left. So don't set up Open Guesser Canberra version. I don't know if there's going to be a big break between this game and the next one. And I'd probably rather do 27-0. So we'll just stick with that for the time being. I wouldn't want you to go to the effort of setting up something and then I can't really do it for you. Are you going to drop a World Cup song for the RLWC this year? That's an interesting idea. Obviously, iShow Speed does that. It might be the most cringe thing of all time, but like, low-key? Low-key? You know what I mean? Maybe. Mate, are they playing or what? No, they're not. They're young Tanumapeu. Now, I've read that comment, and now it's got me confused. Jensen Tanumapeu is coming off the field on a stretcher, so they are not playing. No, Josh. They are taking the long way off the field here in the Medicab to give the Gold Coast Titans as much resting time as they possibly can. We've had sort of like a quarter time. Well, it isn't quarter time, but a little bit of a break. It has been that long. It's really going to help the Titans. It's really going to help the Titans here. Thoughts on Google Clanker saying, "Hi, I'm an AI, not Jude," when someone tried to Google "Hey Jude." That's absolutely hilarious. It's not all about you, AI. All right. JC kicks it long. It'll make the halfway line. That's good. That's definitely the right choice there. Tackle there just over the 20 is Moses Leota. 7.5 minutes have to go in this one. Scott to the right-hand side through Dylan Edwards. Now Luron Patea will take a tackle there. So that's going to be the second there. Titans, they've made a trademark of holding on defensively in this game. They need to do it for another 7 minutes. Dylan Edwards Tackle there by Campbell. Brilliant low tackle from him. Driving it and then got Moran over the top to finish off the job. 3 tackles left here. Cogger on to find Smith. Now on to find Moses Leota on the left-hand side. 2 more to go here. Scott's at dummy half. They're going to go right. Smith playing the yo roll. Gets it to Dylan Edwards. Underneath. Ball through Isaac Tungo. Gets an offload back after being tackled. Scott has it. They're still going here. This is ad-lib footy from the Penrith Panthers. Now in the hands of Phillips. Takes the tackle there. 1 more to go. 1 more to go. Less than 7 minutes left in this game. Scott to find Cogger. Short ball Smith. Edwards gets it. Cut out pass. Alamotti 1-on-1. Near the sideline. Gets an offload back in field. Find Liam Martin. They look like they might score here. Lindsay Smith. He's held up. No, he's not. Damn, he was held up initially. He was held up initially. It's ad-lib footy from the Penrith Panthers. They don't level up yet. They need to get the kick, but they will get the kick. Late on, they held on so long, the Gold Coast Titans. The scramble defense, they were absolutely all over it. But offloads back in field from Alamotti. It ended up finding Lindsay Smith. And even him, like, he got over the in goal and they held him up, but he just managed to get that arm free. Double movement? It won't be a double movement. If it was a double movement, then it was granted the in goal the first time. Devastating for the neutrals, even more devastating for Titans fans. But we might be headed to Golden Point, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers get their try. Lindsay Smith. Look at Liam Martin being so up and about with that. Pointing to Paul Alamotti, who did brilliantly in fairness. Look, beat his opposite number. The offload back in field, round the back, it was desperate stuff. Got it to Liam Martin, and then, yeah, they still had men in the picture. That's the outstanding thing. But eventually, ball got down. Holy. Leaguie says, best option for the 20th team is the Mutabarasauruses. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Oh, okay. Alamotti. It's not a gimme. And he's not Nathan Cleary. But I back him here. Hits it. Easy as you like. We are level, ladies and gentlemen. We are level. Can we confirm I'm the one who suggested to play Open Guesser? I'm the one who made this game relevant to the community. You basically run these streams. Like, it's all my success I owe to you specifically. It's true. The reason why 89 people are currently watching on YouTube is purely because of you. One individual viewer. Absolutely. Tell us if they make that kick. They made that kick. We've got 5 minutes left. There's field goal kickers on either side. We know that Jaden Campbell can kick him. We know that Jack Cogger can kick him. Has he? I think Jack Cogger's kicked him. Dylan Edwards has had attempts before. But we're all level up in a game that many thought was going to be one of the true poo slingers in the modern era. Gold Coast have really shown up against the Premiers. And we're level with 5 minutes left. Mario!
Did research regarding Union NZ talent. Don't sign till they're out of high school. 5 Super Rugby team and they can't play for NZ if they leave NZ. It's more likely they play NRL than play for the Abs.
Well, there we go. I didn't know that they can't play for NZ if they leave NZ. That doesn't seem great. But anyway. Thank you for the $15. I would love to give it more thought and give that discussion more appreciation. But there's 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. And we're essentially in a golden point situation at this point in the game. Underneath this kick, I think Tungo's knocked that one on. Surely he has. Okay, it's going to be called back. And that's a bold call from Peter Goff. He could have gone up to the bunker there, but confidently said that there was a no try. Open Guesser Barnaby Joyce edition, just all the places he's been caught drunk in public. I walk past almost every day that famous place where he was caught drunk in public here in Canberra. Is it field goal season? Oh, it's field goal season, WTF. It's field goal season, bro. Morin. Sorry, what was that? Did they just say if Titans kick a field goal, it's their first in the NRL? What? No, it's not. What was that Ganane just said? Anyway, whatever. On the third here, they're up over the 40. This has been a good set. Good run from Fotuaika there. I don't think they'll be in field goal range by the end. Yeah, Campbell's the man who would hit the field goal. He hits it up. It's a long way out if they want to have a stab. They are going to. Zane Harrison hits it. It's way too low. Way too low. The kick ends up okay, the way it bounces, but that was definitely a missed kick by Zane Harrison. Edwards gets it up to the 20. The defensive line should have chased up a bit more solidly there from the Titans. Letting Penrith start that set on the 20 isn't exactly what they wanted. First of the season. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you, Thack, for subscribing on YouTube. All right, up over the 40 here on the 3rd. It's going to be Scott at a dummy half. He's looking right. He does go right. Gets it to Moses Leota up to the halfway line. They might be in range here. 2.5 minutes left. Plays it for Scott. They're going to go right again. Smith hits it up over the 40. This will be the last here. If they kick one, it's going to be a 2-pointer. Might be worth a shot. Gets it to Cogger, who just puts a bomb up, so they're not going to go for a field goal. Keeney's underneath it. Tongo's knocked on again. Gold Coast recover it and get it up to the 20. 2 minutes left. Each side will have one set. Gold Coast started this one on their 20. They made meters pretty easily in that last set they had. That first play is not a great one in terms of momentum. Made about 2 meters on that on that play there. Jojo Fafita with a run up to the 30. That's a lot better. Holy folks, absolute rugby league. Verrills. Now want to find is that Patson? Plays it. Across from Farrell's now to find Harrison. Campbell takes a run up over the halfway line. Sort of forced the ground a little bit awkwardly there. If they can get a decent run here, they might be within a bit of range. Oh, Keeney, that's a good run. That's a very good run, Keanu. That's a very good run from you. Jaden Campbell, where are you? Plays it. Gets it to Jaden Campbell. Hits it. It's being charged down. It just didn't hit him beautifully there. Oh, but there's going to be space here. It's going to be 6 more for the Gold Coast Titans. A minute left. They don't need to be doing these offloads. AJ Brimson has it. Just take hit-ups. They are in pole position right now to win this game. A full set right in front of goal. Take it as soon as you have the chance. There was a chance there, to be honest. Don't wait till the last. Do not wait till the last. Set up for a field goal. Take it now. Harrison could have slotted it from there. Are they going to go here? They're not going to go here. They're going to try and go for a try. I don't know why. Keeney stepping around. Oh, he might get there. No, not quite. He's bloody close, though. Try now. I don't know why they're waiting. Ferrells. They're still not set up for a field goal. Harrison gets it. He had a bit of space around him as well. Campbell knows. Campbell knows that this is not how you play this. It's not how you play this. Harrison's maybe in position here. Ferrells, no, still doesn't find him. I don't know why they've waited this long. There's now so much pressure on this final play. Penrith know what they're going to do here. Ferrells gets it back to find Harrison. He hits it. He's got it! Gold Coast rises for their new superstar hero as Zane Harrison, the rookie halfback, sends Robina into raptures. Gold Coast come away with one of the great wins in their club's history. Their goal line defense was outstanding throughout this game, and after beating last year's premiers a few weeks ago, they beat the red-hot premiership favourites in their own backyard up there at the Gold Coast. It is absolute scenes up there at the Gold Coast. Wearing the Chargers jersey, Harrison lets them charge to victory. They can't charge that one down, and it's Gold Coast on top. Wow. Wow. Absolute rugby league. Absolute rugby league. What more could you want from this sport? It is the greatest thing in the world. The Titans have come away with the most unlikely of victories. What more could you want from this sport? What more could you want from this sport, bro? Honestly. Penrith will go short. There's 4 seconds left on the clock. This will be the last play of the game. They don't recover it. The Titans have done enough. The Titans come away with truly one of the best wins they've ever had. Truly one of the best wins, and my God, they deserve it. I said earlier in this stream, if you were a Titans fan, you know, you'd just be so desolate, so disappointed. So little hope you have really going into games like this. But this is a side who've given their fan base hope, genuine hope, as they start a massive long home set up there in the Gold Coast. So many home games coming up. That place is going to be rocking next time they line up at Seabus. What a win for the Gold Coast Titans. What a win for the Titans. Rest in peace, Dragons, by the way. Congratulations on your wooden spoon. But wow. Wow. That is absolutely brilliant. How good is that? Zane Harrison puts himself in the history books. Puts himself in the rugby league history books. Titans have done it. They've proved the experts wrong this evening. That they have. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Score change. I haven't, I've been so excited. I haven't even put in the score change. That's hilarious. There we go. Titans field goal. Play the tune.
Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing.
Mego_waffles5 just redeemed Pepsi Max 6.
In honor of the Gold Coast Titans. Hell yes. You know what? They do have, like, truly one of the worst theme songs in the NRL, but I'm happy to hear it now. We are not getting the data analysis. We'll get that tomorrow during the Roosters game, unfortunately. But damn, what a result. And we've got a brilliant game coming up here as well between the Bulldogs and the Sea Eagles. Another game that I'd describe that one as 50-50. This was the game today that was supposed to be the stinker. It really was. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. There's 102 people watching on YouTube. Thank every single one of you for being here. You guys mean so much to me. To be able to enjoy moments like this of the sport that I love so much with all of you guys, it gives me so much purpose. It's truly fulfilling. So I thank you all for being here. We're going to get into the next stream now of the Bulldogs versus Sea Eagles game. Plenty of reactions still to come on this one. I'm not going to be able to get over this for a little while. On YouTube, sit tight. You're not going to need to do anything. This stream will end and you'll automatically be redirected to the next game. So, yeah, sit tight and see you in the Sea Eagles Bulldogs stream. Alrighty, that one's ended over.